Guys, let's go ahead, everyone. Quickly settle down. People in the class, quickly settle down. Thank you, Surya. Quickly settle down, everyone. Quickly settle down. Okay, people watching at home, is the audio video clear to all of you? People watching at home, audio video is clear. People watching at home, audio video is clear to all of you? Quickly give me a heads up. Audio video is clear. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Okay, people, did you do question answers at home? Question answers. How many of you did? You are able to do all the question answers? People, you are able to do? People watching at home, did you do question answers at home? If you have done it, very good. When you are doing question answers, you are able to recall what we have learned in the class yesterday, right? You are doing writing practice also. You are writing your answer or not? You have to write your answer. You have to compare your answer with the ICI answer. They will not ask you to tell your answer. They will tell you to write the answer. You getting my point? And there is a lot of difference between reading an answer and writing an answer. When you write the answer, you will realize you are not getting words only. You getting my point, everyone? To write, you need words, and that words will come only when you start practicing writing. Done, everyone? People watching at home, you have to start writing. You have to write and practice. Write your answer, compare your answer with the ICI answer. You will see the difference. Getting my point, everyone? So don't read an answer. Reading an answer, you will not get marks. You have to write the answer. Can we go ahead, everyone? Chalo, please come to your registration, everyone. Please come to registration. We were done with section number 22, 23 and 24. We were going ahead and doing, right, everyone? Section number 24 mein, we were in the last 8th point. Please come to the 8th point, everyone. Please come to the 8th point. Please come to the 8th point. Chalo. Can we go ahead, everyone? No. Now, the 8th point went ahead and told over here, person supplying other than 9.5 wala supplies. Baba, 9.5 wala supplies, do you remember, everyone? Other than 9.5, you leave it. Do you remember 9.5 wala supplies? What are the section number 9.5 ka supplies? THAR, Thar wala services. Correct, everyone? Other than that, if any services are supplied through e-commerce, goods or services, then you will be required to take compulsory registration. Now, point number 8 and point number 9, which is there, is talking about TCS. You getting my point? TCS. So I'll do one thing. First, point number 8 and 9, I'll teach you once I have taught you the TCS wala chapter. You have to learn TCS wala chapter. You have to revise, basically. We'll revise TCS wala chapter and then come back and read these 2 points. You will see you already remember. When I teach you TCS, I'll talk about these 2 points. Can we go ahead, everyone? So here we are done with section number 22, 23 and section number 24. Section number 22 went ahead and told about what, everyone? Person who are liable. Everyone with me. Person who are liable. Section number 21 went ahead and told whose turnover is more than 40 lakh, 20 lakh or 10 lakh. They aggregate turnover. They will be required to take registration. Correct, everyone? Then section number 23, transferee. 24 also transferee has to take registration. Then it came section number 23, we went ahead and learned people who are not required. Section number 24 went ahead and told about compulsory registration. Everyone listen to me very carefully. When we talk about compulsory registration, who are the people who are required compulsory registration? You can remember creation, C-R-E-A, creation, C for casual taxable person. If you are a casual taxable person, you are required compulsory registration. However, exemption is there for handicraft wala supplier up to 20 lakh or 10 lakh. Do you guys recall, everyone? Louder, everyone. Yes. Okay. Chalo. Next. The next one, R for. What is R? If you are required to pay tax under RCM, then you will be required compulsory registration. E for if you are supplying through e-commerce operator. See, Baba, this e-commerce operator wala point which is there, no? If you are a person who is supplying through e-commerce, I will talk about this point in TCS. As of now, you just write that if you are supplying through e-commerce, you are required compulsory registration. We will talk about it. Next. A for agent of a taxable person. If you are an agent of a taxable person, your boss is a registered person, then you are required compulsory registration. Now, if you are a TDS deductor, You are required compulsory registration. And you will see over here, if you are required to collect TCS, then also you are required compulsory registration. So TDS deductor or TCS collector. I for interstate. If you are interstate supplier, you are required compulsory registration. लेकिन interstate में also I went ahead and told you 2 exemptions are there. अरे, do you remember or not? Next, O for OO. Are you able to see any O over here? Whom will we put as O? Because O comes for CA final. Intermediate is not there. So okay, 1 minute. We'll find that O. Okay. N is what? NRTP. NRTP is there. ठीक है. चलो, tell me one thing. Did we cover interstate? Yes. Casual taxable person covered. RCM wala person covered. Then section number 9.5, right everyone? Section number 9.5 wala people are aggregators. Where will we cover aggregators? Baba, in the exam, don't write aggregators and come. You will say those e-commerce operators who are required to pay tax under section number 9.5. Okay, everyone, I'm telling you aggregator. What do you mean by aggregator? Ola, Uber, etc. So that you remember. Can I go ahead, everyone? The next one. Did we go ahead and cover NRTP? Yes. TDS deductor covered. Agent of a taxable person, did we cover? Yes. Now this e-commerce wala point also we covered, and the last point also we covered, TCS collector. Can we go ahead, everyone? So what are the people who owe nothing? Oh, you just remember O as blank. Okay. Everyone, who are the people who are required compulsory registration? Tell me. Creation. C for casual taxable person. R for person who are required to pay tax under RCM. E for e-commerce operator ke through if you are selling. But we'll talk about this point little in TCS chapter again. A for agent of a taxable person. T for TDS deductor, TCS collector. I for interstate supplier. Then O nothing. And then N for NRTP. Are we clear, everyone? You remember creation, not creations. Because this 2 point comes in CA final, so you can ignore this 2 point. Can we go ahead, everyone? And also remember aggregator. Who are aggregators? Array THAR services. Can we go ahead, everyone? Are we all clear? Chalo, please come to, now listen. Once you become liable to take registration under section number 22, section number 22 or section number 24, once you become liable to take registration under section number 22 or section number 24, now what are the procedures to be followed? That is told by section number 25. Please come to the next chart. We will move to section number 25, everyone. Please come to section number, please come to the next chart, section number 25. Now, section number 25, when we go ahead and read, section number 25 has to be read with, section number 25 has 25.1, 25.2, 25.3, 4, like this. Lot of subsections are there. So, section number 25, when we go ahead and read, section number 25.1 goes ahead and says that whenever a person becomes liable, if you become liable for registration, you have to apply within how many days, everyone? 30 days. Can you tell me, when do you become liable? When you cross aggregate turnover, 40, 20 or 10. Sir, when somebody transferred me the business, I become liable. When I did interstate supply, compulsorily I become liable. Are you guys able to recall? So either you become liable under section number 22 or 24. The day you become liable, you should run and apply for registration within how many days? 30 days. If you are a CTP or NRTP, casual taxable person or NRTP, you should apply how many days prior, everyone? 5 days. You are starting your business, you have come to a state, supposingly CTP has come from other state to our state for what? For a exhibition. Before he starts his business, 5 days prior he has to apply. Then, if you have an SEZ unit, supposingly in the state of Karnataka, I have a normal unit also. I have an SEZ unit also. Remember, SEZ unit ke liye separate registration has to be taken. Special economic zone mein, if you have a unit, or might be a person who is developing the special economic zone, both the people have to take what, everyone? Separate registration. Tell me one thing, if I have, supposingly, I am in the territorial waters of India. Tell me one thing, territorial waters, are they part of India? TWI. Now, I have a ship over here and I am running a restaurant. Do I have to take registration? Yes. Correct, everyone? If I cross the turnover, I have to take registration. But where will I take registration? Nearest coastal state or union territory. Can we go ahead, everyone? Section number 25.1 told what, everyone? You should apply within, louder, you should apply within 30 days. CTP, NRTP, 5 days prior. SEZ, separate registration. TWI, nearest coastal state or union territory. You have to take registration. Now, whenever you are going ahead and taking registration, rule number 8, rule number 9 and rule number 10 will come, which we have to go ahead and learn. But before we go ahead and talk about this, first you have to go ahead and understand, because we'll be talking about Aadhaar authentication also. So first I have to go ahead and teach you the remaining sections of subsection number 25, and then we'll come back to section number 25.1. Okay everyone, but till now what did I tell you? 30 days may apply for registration. CTP and NRTP 5 days prior. Louder, louder, louder. TW, SEZ separate. TWI, louder, last bench everyone. Nearest coastal state. Chalo. Now, section number 25, 2 goes ahead and says, if you are having multiple place of business, I have multiple place of business in the state, can I have one registration only? Yes. But if I want, can I take multiple registrations also? Yes. They are telling you can be granted separate registration for each place of business. So, for an example, if I have 4 places of business in the state of Karnataka, can I take one registration? Yes. Yes. Under that, this place I can show principal place, and all this can be shown as what? Additional place. But if I want, can I take separate registration under my PAN number for each place of business? But if you are taking separate registration, separate application, separate verification will happen, and separate registration certificate will be given. Are we clear everyone? And that is what is told. Separate application has to be given, separate verification will happen, and rule number 9 and 10 talks about separate registration certificate. The next one, section number 25.3. 25.3 talks about Bakra. Sir, what do you mean by Bakra? Sir, I want to voluntarily take registration. I am not liable only, I want to take registration. Sir, if you are not liable under 22 or 24 only, but if you want, who can stop you? You can go ahead and take registration. But tell me one thing, if I take voluntary registration, what will happen? What will happen? I will become a registered person and all the provisions will be applicable to me. Means I should collect GST, I should take ITC, I should set off balance, I should pay to the government, file the return. All the provisions will be applicable to me as they apply to a registered person. Can we go ahead everyone? Then section number 25.4 goes ahead and says, 25.4 and 25.5 you guys already know. Distinct person, do you remember everyone? Same state, separate registration is what? Distinct person. One state registered, another state, another registration is what everyone? Distinct person. One state registered, another state not registered is what everyone? Distinct person. That is 25.4 and 25.5. 25.6 talks about PAN is mandatory. What is mandatory everyone? PAN. Array, because your GST number, the center part, 10 digits are your PAN number. So without PAN you can't apply for your registration. The next is section number 25, 6A, 6B, 6C and 6D. This is very, very important. You should remember who are the people who are required Aadhaar authentication. Listen to me very carefully. Aadhaar authentication. Aadhaar authentication. Government went ahead and launched Aadhaar authentication on 1st of April 2020. And government now, there are 6A, 25.6A, 25.6B, section number 25.6C and section number 25.6D. Section number 25 has 4 subsection with respect to Aadhaar. Now, section number 25.6A says already registered person who had taken registration prior to what? 1/4/2020. Baba, 2017 GST came. 1/4/2020 government launched what everyone? Aadhaar authentication. If you had taken your registration before 1/4/2020, then you also have to get your Aadhaar authentication done. For that, we will be reading rule number 10B, which is above. I will talk about this. Okay, everyone? If you are already a registered person who had taken registration before which date? 1/4/2020, then also you have to do Aadhaar authentication. Who has to do or why he has to do, that will be told in rule number 10B, which we will talk. Now, if I want to take registration after 1st of April 2020, do I have to do Aadhaar authentication? Louder. Yes. Correct or no, everyone? So 6A, 6B told about 6B and 6C went ahead and told that if you are 6B actually went ahead and told if you are an individual, who are you? Individual, and you are applying for registration, then you have to do your Aadhaar authentication. Nothing, Baba, when you are applying for your registration, you have to put your Aadhaar number, one OTP will come. Correct, everyone? One link will come in your mail ID. One mail ID. Okay, when you are doing registration, you have to say, I want to do Aadhaar authentication. Mail will come in your mailbox. Basically, you click on the mail, you have to put your Aadhaar number, OTP will come, put the OTP, and it will be verified that you are a verified person. You have Aadhaar card. It means they are doing verification of a person saying that, okay, he has Aadhaar card. Not because he has Aadhaar card. If you have taken your Aadhaar card, means you would have given your ID proof, everything, ID proof, address proof, etc. So you are a verified person. Can we go ahead, everyone? Now, what they are telling is, and here, AMK, I am the Karta. You have to remember who are the people who are required to do Aadhaar authentication when they are taking registration. One is individual. Number two, authorized signatory. If you are an authorized signatory, then you have to go ahead and do Aadhaar authentication. M for managing an authorized partner of a partnership. Basically, if you are a managing an authorized partner, then you have to do Aadhaar authentication. Or if you are a Karta of HUF, you have to do Aadhaar authentication. Can you tell me people who are required to do Aadhaar authentication? Individual, authorized signatory, managing an authorized partner, and Karta. These are the people who are required to do Aadhaar authentication. Now 6D went ahead and told who are the people who are not required to do Aadhaar authentication, and that is NDLPSU. I will show you over here. Who are the people who are not required Aadhaar authentication? New Delhi PSU. N for not a citizen of India. If you are not a citizen of India, you will not have Aadhaar card only. So you don't require Aadhaar authentication. D for Department of Central Government, State Government. Government is telling my people only, why will I require Aadhaar authentication? Not required. Then L for local authority. Then P for public sector undertaking. S for statutory body, or if you are a UIN holder, unique identification number holder, then you are not required Aadhaar authentication. Are we all clear with this point? Can you tell me who are the people who are required Aadhaar authentication? Louder. Individual, authorized signatory, managing an authorized partner, and Karta. Who are the people not required? Not a citizen of India. D for Department of Central Government, State Government, local authority, public sector undertaking, statutory body, or UIN holder. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now I will come back. Can you tell me what did I teach you till now? You have to always stay with me here. Tell me what are the things I told you. Section number 25, I taught you section number 25.1. You should apply for registration within how many days? CTP and NRTP, how many days? 5 days prior. Then SEZ, separate registration. TWI, nearest coastal state. If I have multiple place of business, can I take multiple registration? Yes. Who told? Section number 25? 2. Section number 25.3 told what, everyone? Voluntary registration. If you want, you are not liable, but still you can go ahead and take voluntary registration. Section number 25.4 and 5 told about distinct. Same state, separate registration, distinct person. One state registered, another state registered, distinct person. One state registered, another state not registered, distinct person. 6 is PAN. And then I went ahead and told you 6A, 6B, 6C, and 6D. Who are the people who are required? I am the Karta. Who are the people not required? New Delhi PSU. Are we all clear, everyone? Can I go ahead? Chalo. Now, having known who are the people required Aadhaar authentication, who are the people not required Aadhaar authentication, listen. Now, when you want to go ahead and see, you have to apply within 30 days. CTP and NRTP 5 days prior. How will you apply? First, you have to give your application. Officer will go ahead and do what, everyone? Verification, and then he will grant you the registration certificate. So, let's go ahead and see. First of all, rule number 8, application. Rule number 9, verification by the proper officer. Rule number 10, registration certificate will be issued. Can we go ahead, everyone? Now, rule number 8 goes ahead and says, every person who becomes liable under section number 25, means once you become liable, you should apply within 30 days, no? So, 25 told what? You should apply within 30 days. CTP and NRTP 5 days prior. When you are going ahead and applying, you have to apply in GST REG 01 ka part A. Are we clear? When you are filling the part A, first fill your PAN number. PAN number will be checked with the Central Board of Direct Tax ka database, whether what PAN number you have given is correct or not. Then, and also it will be verified by OTP sent to the mobile number and email address which is linked to the PAN number. Then you have to put your state and union territory, and now you will be, verification will be done, and you will be granted one temporary reference number. Now, you have to use the temporary reference number and fill your which part, everyone? Part B. So people, can you tell me, once you have to apply, you will apply in which form? GST REG 01. Not very important from exam point of view to remember form numbers, but theek hai, GST REG 01 ka part A you will fill. Part A mein you will go ahead and give the details, PAN number, state, union territory. After that, what will you fill, everyone? Part B. Now, when you are filling part B, they will go ahead and ask you, sir, do you want to do Aadhaar authentication? Here they will ask you, do you want to do Aadhaar authentication? Everyone listen. Now, if you tell a yes over here that I want to do Aadhaar authentication, yes, you told a yes over here, then they will go ahead and now is the form, and you will submit this form. This is your part B. You will submit. Now, once you go ahead and say, yes, I want to do Aadhaar authentication and you submit your part B, what is pending from your end? You have submitted your part B, but you told I will do Aadhaar authentication. What is pending from your end? Aadhaar authentication. So, only once you go ahead and do your Aadhaar authentication, your application will be deemed to be submitted. Are we clear, everyone? So, you fill your part B. Here, Aadhaar authentication me you told a yes and you submitted your part B. When you submit your part B, what is pending from your end? Aadhaar authentication. So, one link will come in your mail. Click on the link, put the Aadhaar number, put the OTP which has come in your phone, and your Aadhaar is verified. Are we clear, everyone? People got it? Now, so it says that if you have told a yes that I will do Aadhaar authentication, then the date of submission of application is what, everyone? Date of Aadhaar authentication, or actually they give you how many days for Aadhaar authentication? 15 days. If you do it within 15 days, today the link came, within 15 days if you do, very good. If you don't do it, the next day it will be deemed that your application has been submitted. Are we clear, everyone? So, date of Aadhaar authentication or 15 days from the submission of part B, whichever is earlier, and you will be given one acknowledgement in GST REC02. Sir, I did not go ahead and tell that I will do Aadhaar authentication. From your end, is the form completed? Yes, sir, I told I will not do Aadhaar authentication. No, I told. Then your form is completed and it will be the date of submission of part B. Actual date of submission, you will get one acknowledgement. Are we clear, everyone? Now, once your application is submitted, here one star is there. Even if you have done your Aadhaar authentication, now government went ahead and saw people are taking fake GST registration. People are taking what, everyone? Fake GST registration. So, what they went ahead and told over here is, they made one change. They told that if you did your Aadhaar authentication also, still, the portal which is there, gst.gov.in, the portal can identify you as a fake person, as a fraud kind of person. And in that scenario, if you are being identified, then you will be called to one facilitation center where you have to do what, everyone? Biometric based Aadhaar authentication. Your photograph will be taken, your original documents will be verified which were uploaded, and this will be done at a facilitation center which is notified by the government, and your application will be complete only after you have done this process. Are we clear, everyone? Earlier this was not there, but they went ahead and saw people are doing Aadhaar authentication also, but still people are fake people there. So they told, we will call you. You come with your original document, we will take your photograph. Only then we will go ahead and say your application is completed. Are we clear, everyone? And then the proper officer will start verification of your application. Is my point clear to all? But this rule is only applicable to the state of Gujarat and Puducherry. Everyone over here now. Okay, sir. Rule number 8, I filled my application. Rule number 9, what happened, everyone? Now, application will be verified along with the documents which you have submitted. Sir, various situation can happen. Officer saw, number 1, application is fine. Number 1, application is fine. Number 2, you are a person in 25/6D, means you are not required Aadhaar authentication. Then what will he do? Application is fine. Aadhaar authentication is not required only. Then what will he do, everyone? Within 7 working days, he will approve the grant of registration. He will give you the registration certificate. Sir, application is in order. Aadhaar authentication required. Can you tell me who are the people who are required Aadhaar authentication, everyone? Individual, authorized signatory, managing and authorized partner, and Karta. If you are required, number 2, you told a yes also over here. You told a yes saying I will do Aadhaar authentication, and your Aadhaar authentication was successful also. Then remember one thing, application is fine. 2 things. Application is fine, everyone. Aadhaar authentication required, opted, successful. Very good. Within 7 days, they will go ahead and approve the registration and issue you a registration certificate. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. Second scenario. Application is fine. Applicant required, okay, application is fine. You are required Aadhaar authentication, but your Aadhaar authentication failed. You did not do it. Might be the OTP did not come in your phone only. Old number pe OTP came. Okay. Or you did not opt only. You told a no. You are required Aadhaar authentication, but you told I will not do. Or you are a person who has been identified by the GST portal that this person ka to physical verification should have, physical verification of the place of business should happen. Or proper officer identified you saying, hey, this person looks something wrong. We have to do the physical verification of the place of business. In this 4 scenario, first they will do physical verification of your place of business. When they come to your place of business, no, they will ask you other documents also, and they will now grant you registration within how many days? 30 days. People with me over here, I'll ask you. Tell me one thing. Application is fine. Other authentication not required. How many days registration? Louder. 7 days. Application is fine. Other authentication required. Opted successful. Within how many days? 7 days. Application is fine. Other authentication required. Opted. Failed. Did not opt only. First is failed to do. You told I will do, but you did not do. Or you told I will not do only. Or portal identified you as a person whose physical verification of place of business should be done, or proper officer identified you. In these 4 scenarios, what will happen? First, physical verification will happen and registration within how many days? Is my point clear to all? Next, if application, okay, now see, now we are moving to the next stage. If application is deficit, your 2 things. Application is deficit over here. Aadhaar authentication required, opted and successful also. Aadhaar is fine. What is the problem, everyone? Application. They will send you a love letter, GST REG 03, and you have to reply within how many days? They are asking you, they have become CID now. Clarification, information, document they will ask you. Might be your rental agreement, you have given an old one. Might be instead of your photo, you have put your dog's photo. Okay? So what they are going ahead and telling over here, first they will ask you clarification, information, document. Because your application is not in order. Aadhaar, fine. Because Aadhaar is fine, they will not come for physical verification. Correct, everyone? But what is the problem? Application. So they will ask you clarification, information and document. You give it to them within 7 working days. Officer is happy, then within next 7 working days, he will approve and grant you the registration certificate. Officer is not happy then, or you did not reply only. You tell, I will not give clarification. He will reject and issue and inform you in GST REG 05. You don't have to remember the form number. Everyone, application is not fine. Aadhaar is fine. What will happen? Within 7 days, he will ask you. You have to reply within next 7 days. And within the next 7 days, what will he do? He will approve or he will reject. Next. Sir, application also problem. Aadhaar failed, did not opt, or portal identified me as a risky person for physical verification should be done, or officer identified me, Baba, Aadhaar did not opt only, Aadhaar authentication failed, or identified by the portal on the basis of risk parameter that he is a risky person, or proper officer deems fit to carry out my physical verification of place of business, then first physical verification and other documents will be verified. And here, now this notice has to be, see, physical verification for what? Aadhaar failure. Correct, everyone? For application may problem? Notice. Now this notice will be given to you within how many days? 30 days. You reply within 7 days. Officer is happy. Within the next 7 days, application granted. Not happy, rejected. Can we go ahead, everyone? Are we all clear? Everyone over here. Sir, what if officer is lazy? He should have given registration within 7 days. Everything is fine. He did not give. Or I went ahead and replied. Correct, everyone? I went ahead and, or he did not do the physical verification of place of business within 30 days. Okay, Aadhaar authentication failed. He should have come within 30 days. Or I replied, officer did not go ahead and do anything within next 7 days. Then what will happen? They are going ahead and telling, if you went ahead and replied, but officer did not take any action, then application will be deemed to be approved and your registration certificate will be given to you once that time limit gets over. Are we clear, everyone? So everything is fine. Officer did not go ahead and reply within 7 days, did not give you registration. Then within next 3 days, you will be given your registration certificate, auto approval. I did not do Aadhaar authentication. Officer should give, application should be granted, registration should be granted within how many days? 30 days. Officer did not do anything. Within the next 3 days, automatically your registration will be granted. Are we clear with this point? Can we go ahead, everyone? Everyone, are we clear? Chalo, straight. Straight, everyone. Ha ha ha. Sir, little theoretical topic, we feel like sleeping. Everyone over here. Now, people, tell me one thing. We are done with rule number 8. Rule number 8 says what, everyone? Application. Rule number 9, what, everyone? Officer will do the verification. 7 days or 30 days. And the last one is rule number 10. Rule number 10, what will happen, everyone? Registration certificate will be granted. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, rule number 10 they are telling registration certificate will be granted in which your principal place of business and your additional place of business will be shown and GSTN number will be given. How many digits is the GSTN number? 15. Remember, once your GST certificate has come, no, take a printout, put in the wall. It should be displayed at a prominent location of your principal place and additional place of business. Also, write your GST number on your head. Head means the notice board. Power, not head. Your shop ka head. Okay? On the shop ka notice board, you should write your GST number at the entry. Are we clear, everyone? Next. Rule number 18 done. Sir, once I am granted the registration certificate under rule number 10, you become a registered person. Once you become a registered person, you have to go online and put your bank account details. gst.gov.in mein you have to log in. Now, are you registered, everyone? Louder. Once you are registered, you have to go online and put your bank account detail. Within how many days? This is an amendment. Rule number 10 says within 30 days from the grant or before furnishing your first GSTR1 or doing invoice furnishing. Invoice furnishing facility is for whom, everyone? People under QRMP scheme, quarterly return, monthly payment scheme. Can I go ahead, everyone? Whichever is earlier. So tell me one thing. Once I am granted registration, within how many days I will go ahead and put my bank account detail? Registration certificate given within 30 days, or might be here I have to fill my first GSTR1, whichever is. If 30 days gets over here, GSTR1 I have to fill over here, whichever is earlier. Can I go ahead, everyone? Remember this point, very, very important because it's a small amendment this time. Now here, people, government they go ahead and ask one question on this. People, I became liable. I should apply within how many days? If I apply within 30 days and registration is granted, registration certificate will be valid from which day? From the day I become liable. Are we clear? I became liable. I should apply within 30 days. I did not apply within 30 days. I applied after 30 days for registration. Registration certificate was granted. Registration certificate will be valid from which date? From the day of grant. People, is this point clear to all? Today you have to do a question on this. If application is submitted within how many days? You became liable. Within how many days? 30 days. Registration certificate granted. Valid from which date? From the date of becoming liable. Registration certificate I applied within. I did not apply within 30 days. I applied after 30 days and registration certificate was granted. Valid from which date? From the date of grant. Very, very important. Please do a question on this and go. If you apply within 30 days, it will be effective from the date of becoming liable. If no, then it will be effective from the date of grant. One question can come from this. Please be very careful. Now, sir, the people who are already registered, who took registration before 1/4/2020, Aadhaar authentication came when, everyone? 1st of April 2020. Now, people who were already registered before Aadhaar authentication came, are they also required to do Aadhaar authentication? They took registration from 2017 to 2020. Are they also required Aadhaar authentication? Louder. Yes. For what purpose? They are going ahead and telling, see, registered person other than 25/6D. Other than 25/6D means New Delhi. Straight. Aram se sleeping. First bench and sleeping. New Delhi PSU. ठीक है. Other than New Delhi PSU, any person who is already issued a registration certificate, you have to undergo Aadhaar authentication of whom? Proprietor in case of proprietorship firm, partner in case of partnership firm, Karta in case of HUF, managing director or whole-time director in case of company, member of the managing committee of association of person or body of individual or a society, any member ka, of a trustee in case of board of trustee in the board of trustees in case of a trust, or and so proprietor and the authorized signatory, partner and the authorized signatory. Are we clear, everyone? You get my point? Who is an authorized signatory? Who signs all the GST returns, etc. For a company, company will sign. So company ka behalf mein whoever is the authorized signatory, that person ka also Aadhaar authentication has to be done. Are we clear, everyone? But they are going ahead and telling this Aadhaar authentication 10B says you have to do if you are filing your application for what, everyone? Revocation of cancellation of registration. Oh, your registration is cancelled. Sir, please don't cancel my registration. You have to apply for revocation. People, listen. Before 1/4/2020, people were not doing Aadhaar authentication. Correct? But now, if these people want to apply for revocation, or if they want to file a refund application under rule number 89 or refund application under rule number 96, then Baba, they have to go ahead and get their Aadhaar authentication done. Only for these three purposes. What is there? Revocation application if they want to file, refund application under rule number 89 and refund application under rule number 96. Rule number 89 and rule number 96 we will discuss in CA final, not a part of intermediate. Now listen to me very carefully. These three things ke liye you have to do your Aadhaar authentication. Whose Aadhaar authentication has to be done in case of proprietorship firm? Proprietor and authorized signatory. Partnership firm, partner and authorized signatory. Company, director and authorized signatory. Are you able to understand everyone? Trust ka case mein, trustee and authorized signatory. Can I go ahead everyone? Next. So proprietorship mein I am the partner, I am the proprietor, but my returns might be filed by my accountant and I have made him the authorized signatory. Can it happen? So mine and his Aadhaar authentication has to be done. Is my point clear to all? Sir, I don't have Aadhaar only. If Aadhaar has not been assigned to such person shall furnish Aadhaar enrollment ID slip. Along with, you have to go enroll for Aadhaar plus bank passbook along with photograph or voter ID or passport or driving license has to be given. Is my point clear to all? Sir, I don't have Aadhaar only. How do I apply for revocation application or refund application? Go enroll yourself for Aadhaar and Aadhaar enrollment ID slip. Along with that, what everyone? Passport or bank passbook with photograph, driving license, etc. Any document you can give. Sir, but one exception is there. You have to undergo Aadhaar authentication within a period of how many days? 30 days once you are given the Aadhaar number. Are we all clear with this point, everyone? Can we go ahead, everyone? What is the most important point you have to remember out of this chart? First of all, application should be submitted within how many days, everyone? 30 days. If application submitted within 30 days, from the date of becoming liable, otherwise from the date of grant. Sir, within how many days bank account details should be furnished? 30 days or your GSTR1 or invoice furnishing facility. Sir, 10B, rule number 10B, they can go ahead and ask you a question. Please remember, it's a very, in your Q&A material, one question is also there. Please see the question. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. Here, you have to remember Aadhaar authentication wala points. Okay, everyone? Who are the people who are required? Who are the people who are not required? Section number 25 we went ahead and learned, everyone. People tell me one thing. Section number 25, I went ahead and told you section number 25, 130 days. Louder, everyone. You should apply for registration within how many days, everyone? You should apply for registration within 30 days. CTP and NRTP, 5 days prior. SEZ and TWI. We learned rule number 8, application, 9, verification, 10, registration certificate. 10A, bank account details should be furnished. 10B, with respect to that already registered person. Can I go ahead, everyone? And rule number 18 also I told you where you have to put your registration certificate. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. 25 ka second one we learned multiple place of business, everyone. Third one, voluntary registration. Fourth and fifth, distinct person. Sixth one, PAN is mandatory. 6A to 6D I told you Aadhaar authentication. Correct, everyone? Seventh one, let's go ahead and talk. Seventh one talks about NRTP. If you are an NRTP, you have to give application. Application for NRTP is what, everyone? RAG 09. Now NRTP, non-resident, he will come to India, he'll run away. So government is going ahead and telling NRTP, you might run away. So you have to give, okay, this I'll, plus you have to give your self-attested copy of passport. 5 days prior to commencement of business, you have to apply. You have to pay your tax in advance. Are we clear, everyone? And then verification will happen and registration certificate will be granted. Application given by NRTP should always be signed or verified by whom? Authorized signatory. And this authorized signatory will be a resident of India who has a PAN. So that if NRTP runs away, government can catch him. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. Rule number 8 goes ahead, section number 25, 8 goes ahead and says, sir, if you don't take registration, you became liable, you did not take. Can proper officer take your registration suo motu on his own? Yes, proper officer can register you on his own. Now, sir, all these specialized agency of United Nations, multilateral financial organization, organization under United Nations Act, consulate, embassies or any other persons who are there, they are given what, everyone? Unique identification number. Government tells them whatever you buy, no, you give that person unique identification number. That person will give the GST to government and you can take the refund. That is why all these consulate, embassies are given what, everyone? Unique identification number. Are we clear, everyone? So that they can take refund of their taxes. And remember, they have to give application in GST RG for unique identification number. Verification के बाद how many days में registration is given? It's not registration, it is unique identification number. And sir, remember they are given UIN number which is applicable to the territory of India. It means what? Supposingly US embassy is there. US embassy is there in Delhi also, Kolkata also, and Chennai also. They can have one UIN or 3 UINs required. One UIN is enough. Are we clear with this point, everyone? Section number 25 done. Section number 26 goes ahead and talks about deemed registration. Whenever you go ahead and apply online for registration, you apply in a state. When you take registration under the SGST Act, for an example, I applied in Karnataka, I got registration under the Karnataka SGST Act, it will be deemed that I have granted registration under CGST also. If my registration is rejected under SGST Act, rejected under CGST Act also. That's all they are going ahead and telling. They are telling registration or UN granted or rejected under SGST or UTGST, rejected or granted under CGST Act also. Total bakwas is section number 26. Everyone over here now, please come to the next one. What are the sections we went ahead and learned till now, everyone? I want you to revise section number registration. Can you tell me section number 22? Person who are liable. Number 1, very, very important. Who are the people who are liable? Whose turnover crosses 40, 20 or 10? The most important part. Section number 23, 1 and 2. People who are not liable. Can I go ahead, everyone? Section number 24, what did we learn, everyone? Compulsory registration, creations. Can I go ahead, everyone? Then we learned about section number 25 just now. Section number 26 is total bakwas. We are moving to section number 27. Are we all clear till here? Louder, everyone. Are you guys with me till here? Sure? Straight, everyone. Sit straight. People watching at home, don't sleep. Sit straight. Can we go ahead? Now, section number 27, which is there, goes ahead and talks about special provision relating to CTP and NRTP. People, very, very important. They can go ahead and ask you this. CTP and NRTP, how many days prior they should apply for registration? When they are going to commence their business, how many days prior, everyone? 5 days. CTP will apply like normal person only, GST REC 01. NRTP will apply GST REC 09. Passport is which passport? Self-attested. Very good. Now, they always have to pay their net estimated tax liability in advance. When they are going to do business, government says, please pay your liability in advance and only then I will give you registration. What if you run away otherwise? Correct or not, everyone? Next. And the government will verify. Proper officer will verify and registration certificate will be granted. Registration certificate ka form number is REC 06. You don't have to remember, it's okay. Now, once you have applied, you can commence your business. Can you tell me how many days you will be granted registration? Remember, you will be granted only for the period you have asked. If you ask 15 days or 90 days, which is earlier? 15 days. Can I go ahead, everyone? Sir, I asked for 100 days. You will be given for how many days? 90 days. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, you can make supplies only once you are granted the registration certificate. So, 90 days are about to get over. I want some more days. Can you be given extension, everyone? You can be given extension, but for extension, you have to pay again some more tax liability. Because first you paid advance for 90 days, right, everyone? Again, you want to do business for more 90 days, then you have to give some more GST. Can I go ahead, everyone? And then, once 180 days gets over, people went into, sir, this exhibition is running long. I want to stay more than 180 days. Government told, see, 180 days say more is not possible. If you want, take a normal registration. Don't pay any advance tax. Once month gets over, when you are filing your GST or 3B, then you can pay your tax. Advancement tax is not required. Just cancel your registration when the exhibition gets over. People, tell me one thing. CTP and NRTP, how many days registration? 5 days prior. They'll be granted registration for how many days? Extendable by how many days? Over story, everyone. That's it. Chalo. Please come to section number 28. Amendment of registration. Remember, amendment are of 3 types. One is PAN change. Means your PAN number has changed. I transferred my business to someone. PAN number changed. I told officer, remove the PAN number. Put his PAN number. No. Not possible. You have to cancel. He has to apply for new registration. Can I go ahead, everyone? Fresh registration to be applied. Amendment in registration is not possible. Now, there are other 2 amendments. One is non-core field. Your bank account details have changed. Are you guys able to understand? All these are non-core field. And one more is what, everyone? Core field. You have to remember what are the core field amendments. Because whenever it's a core field amendment, always proper officer ka verification will be done. Proper officer will verify. Can we go ahead, everyone? Now, what are the amendments in your registration? Okay, you took your registration certificate. In the registration certificate, you want to do some changes. What are the important changes for which proper officer ka verification will be done? Number 1, your name of the business has changed, then officer will do the verification. Number 2, address of the principal place of business or additional place of business, your address has changed, then the proper officer will do the verification. Addition, deletion, retirement of partner, director, karta, managing committee, board of trustees, CEO, basically who are responsible for day-to-day affairs of the business. Are we clear? One director went and your registration need not be cancelled. Director went, another director has come. So that another director ka name has to be included. So what they are telling, these are the core field. Can you tell me what are the core field? Everyone louder. Legal name of business, address of principal or additional place, then addition or deletion in partner, director, karta, managing committee who are responsible for your day-to-day affair. In this scenario, what will you do? Whenever there is a change in the registration ka particular, means any change like this has happened, then within how many days? 15 days, you have to fill the application. Oh, 1 minute, everyone. Just a minute. See, Baba, you like procedures or not, they can ask you in the exam. You getting my point, everyone? I know, sir, section number 22, 23, 24 are so beautiful. 25 to 30, we don't like it. But 25 to 30 also, no, they go ahead and ask a question. You getting my point, everyone? Every time it is not necessary that you like, then they also like. You getting my point, everyone? But you have to like anyways. There is no other option. People watching at home, audio video is clear to all. Can we go ahead? Video is fine. Now I think it's fine. Chalo, can we continue? Okay, there was some issue. Now let's go ahead. Everyone over here now. Let's go ahead. People, tell me one thing. You have to apply within how many days? 15 days. Officer will do what, everyone? Verification. Officer likes it. He says amendment is required. Documents are complete. Within the next 15 days, he will give you the amendment. He will grant the amendment in the registration. Officer does not like it. He will go ahead and say, he will give you a love letter and tell, hey, I want this detail. Within how many days? Either 15 days he has to approve, or within 15 days he will give you, and you have to reply within how many days? 7 working days. Once you reply, he will approve the amendment and grant you the registration. Amended registration, basically amendment will be done. Sir, if you don't reply or your reply is not good, then he will reject the application and he will pass an order within the next 7 working days. That's all. No, what was there? Can we go ahead, everyone? Remember, no, core field are only 3. This is very important for you to remember. What are the 3 core field? Louder, everyone. Last bell. Legal name, address change, then addition, deletion, etc. of the partner, karta, director, etc. Can we go ahead, everyone? Next. Sir, non-core field. My bank account detail has changed. What will the officer verify? He'll go to your bank and check your bank account. Not required. If your bank account details have changed, nothing, small other changes which are there, which you went ahead and filled at the time of filling your registration certificate, at the time of taking registration certificate, you filled GST RG01. Any other change, just apply and your registration amendment will happen. Are we clear, everyone? Can we go ahead? So we are done with section number, people, section number 22, person who are louder, liable, 23 people who are not, 24 compulsory, 25 procedure, 26 everyone, deemed registration, total bakwas, 27 everyone, 27 CTP and NRTP, 28 everyone, amendment, 29 everyone. Now we'll move to next. Please come to the next page first, 29, which talks about cancellation. Please come to 29, which talks about cancellation. Please come. Now, 29 May, see Baba, section number 29 read with the rules is very big. However, what is the most important part, we'll be going ahead and revising out of it. Section number 25 May, you will see section number 25 1, 29, section number 29 1 and section number 29 2. Section number 29 goes ahead and says when your registration will be cancelled. Section number 29 goes ahead and talks when everyone your registration will be cancelled. Section number 29(1) says proper officer can cancel, or you can give an application, or if the registered person is gone, then Baba his legal hire can go ahead and give an application. So it says when you have discontinued the business, or you have transferred the business, might be there is a death of the proprietor, or he sold off the business, or might be demerger has happened, or amalgamation, two old companies became one new company, the old company has to cancel their registration. Are we clear everyone? So when is the registration required to be cancelled? Might be business discontinued, or you have transferred the business, then that person will take registration, you will cancel. Now, change in constitution of business. Earlier it was proprietorship, now it has become partnership, partnership has become company. Then always remember, whenever constitution of business will change, PAN will change, you have to take new registration. Taxable person is no longer liable under 22 or 24, or he became Bakra, voluntary registration. He is telling, sir, I don't want it. If you don't want your registration, you can go ahead and cancel your registration. Can I go ahead everyone? So people, can you tell me what are the three scenarios when you can go ahead and cancel, or one person has died, his legal heir can apply for cancellation? Business discontinued or transferred, then louder. See, whether you like it or you don't like it, some things you will like it, some things you don't like also you have to study. And now I am making you study, so you study. Otherwise at home it will become very difficult. I know you don't like procedural part, but it's okay. We need marks also, correct or not everyone? 29 say one question will come 5 marks. Now you talk or you don't talk is up to you. Everyone over here now. Now second, change in constitution of business. Last one everyone. Your taxable person is no longer liable, either 22 May or 24 May, or you want to discontinue because you are taken voluntary registration, you don't want it now, then they are going ahead and telling you can apply for cancellation. Very, very important is section number 29(2). When can the proper officer cancel your registration? Very, very important everyone. Now, proper officer may cancel your registration where you have contravened the provision of the act or rules. Baba, such provision, not any provision. Act is so big, rules are so big in GST. 1 rupee ka one invoice did not, 500 rupees ka invoice not given, your registration will be cancelled. So they are going ahead and telling only such provision, and that such provisions are told in rule number 21. They can ask you in the exam, what are the provisions of the act or rules which you violate when your registration will be cancelled? So you have to remember rule number 21. Number 1, no business from declared place of business. You entered and declared one place as your place of business, you are not doing business from there. You issue bill or invoice without supplying goods services in violation of the act. Baba, you are giving bogus invoice. You are telling your friend, hey, you want input tax credit? I will give you an invoice. I will charge you GST. You take credit. You should sell the goods and then give invoice. Only selling invoice is not required. Is not correct. Your registration will be cancelled. Then you violate the provision of section number 171 of the act or rules made thereunder. Section number 171 talks about anti-profiteering, which we'll talk in CA final, not at intermediate level. Okay, everyone. It talks about anti-profiteering. Next, you violate the provision of rule number 10A. What is 10A, everyone? Bank account detail. You did not give your bank account detail. What will happen? Your registration will be cancelled. Then, avails ITC in violation of section number 16. Section number 16, you remember everyone, you should take ITC only if you have the tax invoice. Do you remember section number 16 ka conditions are there? You violated you don't have the invoice only, you took the ITC. Are you guys able to understand? Section number 16 says only if the amount is appearing in your GSTR 2B, you should take the credit. You violated the condition of section number 16 and you went ahead and took the credit. Your registration will be cancelled. You furnish the details of outward supply in GSTR 1 more than the outward supply in valid return under section number 39. You know what? In your GSTR 1, you went ahead and told, when you are filing your GSTR 1, you told 1 crore ka sale, 18 lakh ka liability. It went to the front person in GSTR 2B. He took 18 lakh rupees ka credit. You passed on the credit how much? When you were filing your GSTR 3B, no, you told, sir, sorry, my sale was 1 lakh. I will pay only 18,000 to the government. You passed on how much ka credit, everyone? But you paid to the government how much? If you do this thing, you showed your sale more in your GSTR 1, but in GSTR 3B you showed less, then they are going ahead and telling your registration will be cancelled. If you violate the provision of rule number 86B, 86B in the payment of taxes chapter will be talking about it. If you violate the condition of rule number 86B, then also your registration will be cancelled. You are a person who is filing return under section number 39(1), who is required for each month or part thereof. Baba, your GSTR 3B, you have to file for month also. If you have gone for quarterly return, for every quarter, they are telling you have not furnished for continuous how many months? If you are under monthly return and you did not file for how many months, your GSTR 3B, 6 months, then your registration will be cancelled. Sir, being a person required to furnish return under section number 39(1) for each quarter, you are under quarterly return. And 6 months means how many quarter, everyone? How many quarter? How many quarter? 2 quarter. If you have not furnished for 2 tax period means what over here? Over here? 2 quarter, then your registration will be cancelled. Can you tell me, everyone, what are the points I told you in rule number 21 when your registration will be cancelled? Number 1, louder, everyone with me. No business from declared place of business. You are issuing invoice but not supplying goods services. Bogus invoice. Next, third one, violating the condition of section number 171. You did not violated the condition of rule number 10A. If you violated the condition, took ITC in violation of section number 16. If you go ahead and declare, OS means what, everyone? Outward supply, more in GSTR 1. You showed more sale in GSTR 1, but GSTR 3B mein when you have to pay, you showed less sale. Then they are going ahead and telling your registration will be cancelled. Then you violate the provision of rule number 86B, or monthly return, you have to file GSTR 3B, you did not file for how many months? 6 months. Or quarterly return, you are under quarterly return, you did not file your quarterly return for how many months? 2 quarter, then registration cancelled. So then it says, see, first one, section number 29(2) mein A point done. Are we clear? Then B point, composition person has not furnished return for a period of 3 months from the due date of furnishing the return. Can you tell me, composition person, once the year gets over, by what date they have to furnish the return? 30th April. Do you remember GSTR 4 I told you yesterday? Yes, everyone. Now, once 30th April mein GSTR 4 you have to file. If you don't file it for how many months? 3 months. If 3 months have got over, then they are going ahead and telling your registration will be cancelled. Next, registered person other than composition, normal person, if he has not furnished return for a continuous period as may be prescribed. Where is it prescribed? Rule number 21 mein. How many months? 6 months, or quarterly return, then how many quarter? Next, 2 quarter. Voluntary registered person has not commenced business for 6 months. You told I want registration, voluntarily you took. You have not gone ahead and commenced your business for how many months? 6 months. Officer is telling unnecessarily you are filing nil return every month, not paying any money to the government. Cancel. Your registration will be cancelled. And the next one is, if you have taken registration by fraud, you took your friend ka bank account, you have put all the details edited. Are you clear? Are we clear, everyone? Fraud, willfully misstatement, some wrong statements you have given, some fact you have suppressed and you have taken registration, they are going ahead and telling your registration will be cancelled. Remember, there are 5 points when your registration will be cancelled by proper officer. A, when you have contravened the provision of the act or rules. What are the act or rules ka provision? That is rule number 21. Then B, composition person, return filing date say 3 months you have not filed your return, registration cancelled. C, normal registered person has not filed the return 6 months or 2 quarter, then registration cancelled. Voluntary registration, registered person, how many months he has not commenced his business? 6 months, registration cancelled. Then if you have taken the registration by what, everyone? Fraud, willful misstatement or suppression, registration will be cancelled. Remember one thing, section number 29(3) says, if your registration is cancelled, doesn't mean you have collected 5 crore from the people, you will not give it to the government. You will still be liable to pay the dues of the government. And Baba, rejected by daughter, rejected by father. Cancelled registration under SGST Act, cancelled under CGST Act also. Section number 29(5), you guys can ignore it. These rules are just for you to, this is just the procedural part. Okay, everyone? Not important. Now, when you are going ahead and applying for cancellation, everyone, when you are going ahead and applying for cancellation, everyone listen over here. You went ahead, supposingly one person died, he applied for cancellation of registration, application given. People listen carefully. When you have given the application, then they are going ahead and telling, here cancellation proceedings will be going on for how many days? And then your registration ka cancellation order will come. Now, when the cancellation proceedings are going on, that time your registration will be suspended. That time your registration will be what, everyone? Suspended. And that is what is being told in the above one, suspension. Please come to suspension, everyone. Please come to suspension, everyone. Can you tell me what are the things we have already learned till now, everyone? Louder. Section number 22. Section number 22, person who are liable. 23, person who are not liable. 24, people. 24, compulsory. 25, procedure. 26, deemed. 27, CTP and NRTP. 28, amendment. 29, cancellation. Only little is left of this chapter. You guys have concentrated till now. We'll finish this chapter. Done, everyone? Now, rule number 21A, suspension of registration. Suspension of registration. It goes ahead and says, when your registration ka cancellation proceedings are going on, your registration will be suspended. They are telling, registered person has applied for cancellation. Pending the cancellation, registration shall be deemed to be suspended from the date of submission of application. You gave the application over here, saying I want to cancel. And you are telling, 15th of March I gave my application and I told 1st of April say my registration I want to be cancelled. Can you tell me, 15th of March say they will suspend your registration or 1st of April say they will suspend? Baba, you are telling I want my registration to be cancelled from 1st of April. You gave application on 15th of March. But you told I want registration cancellation from which date, everyone? 1st of April. So your registration will be suspended from 1st of April and they will go ahead and start the cancellation proceeding. So they are going ahead and telling from the date of submission of application or from the date which cancellation is sought, whichever is later. Are we all clear with this point? Can we go ahead? Next. If proper, number one was what point, everyone? Number one was which point, everyone? If you want to cancel your registration, tell me one thing. If I want to cancel my registration, I applied over here and I told I want to cancel from this date. This is 15th. This is 30th. From which day my suspension will start? 30th. Are we clear, everyone? I applied on 15th and I told I want my registration cancelled from 15th only. From which day suspension will start? This is when I applied. Are we clear? If proper officer wants to go ahead and cancel your registration, proper officer will first give you a love letter, show cause notice. You have to go ahead and reply within how many days? 7 days. And then proper officer will decide the date from when your cancellation proceedings will start. And once your cancellation proceeding starts, your registration will be suspended. Are we clear, everyone? And that is what is being told over here. Baba, suspended means temporarily thrown out. Are we clear, everyone? And hence, you see over here, if proper officer has reason to believe that registration is liable to be, do you know what are the reasons when proper officer can cancel your registration? Section number 29.1 and 29.2, just now we learned. Then, he may suspend your registration with effect from the date to be determined by him. The proper officer will decide the date. Pending the completion of the cancellation proceeding, he will suspend your registration. Are we clear, everyone? One reason, you apply, then registration can be suspended. Number two, proper officer can suspend. Number three over here is, people, where a comparison of the return furnished by the registered person with the details of the outward supply. People, in your GSTR 1, you showed 1 crore. When you have to pay the tax, you paid only 1 lakh pay tax. It means you are doing fraud. Yes or no, everyone? You should have paid how much tax, everyone? 18 lakh. They are going ahead and telling, we will go ahead and suspend your registration. Are we clear, everyone? See over here. They are telling, where a comparison of the return furnished by the registered person with the details of the outward supply furnished in GSTR 1 or the details of inward supply based on supplier's GSTR 1. Supplier filed GSTR 1, it came in a GSTR 2B. They compared all the details and found that there is something wrong, or such other analysis carried out by the council shows that there are significant difference or anomalies. Anomalies means wrongdoing. Then what they will do over here? Your registration will be suspended. You will be given one GST 31 saying this is the difference and you have to reply within how many days? Why your registration should not be cancelled. So GSTR 1, GSTR 3B, there is a difference. Immediately they will issue you what GSTR 31 and they will suspend your registration. Are we clear, everyone? And here is the amendment part. Now, registration can be suspended if there is a contravention of rule number 10A. What is 10A, everyone? What is rule number 10A? Furnishing of bank account details. So if you don't furnish your bank account detail, then also your registration can be suspended. My opinion, they can go ahead and ask you in the exam, what are the situations when registration can be suspended? Number 1, registered person has applied. Louder with me, everyone. You have to tell this. When registered person has applied, when registered person has applied, when registered person has applied, pending the cancellation, registration will be suspended from which date? From the date of submission or from the date when cancellation you are asking, whichever is later. Number 2, if proper officer believes that registration is liable to be cancelled, then he will determine a date and he will cancel your, he will suspend your registration. Number 3, here, A and B point you have to write. Comparison of GSTR 1 with the GSTR 3B or such other comparisons. It was noticed that there was anomalies. Are we clear? Or there is a contravention of 10A, then your registration will be suspended and you will be told in which one, everyone? GSTRG 31. Immediately your registration will be suspended. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now one point you have to remember here, whenever your registration is suspended, no, people listen. During this cancellation proceeding, your registration will be what, everyone? Suspended, no? During suspension, don't make any taxable supply and don't file any return also. People, so if registration is suspended over here, if my registration has been suspended, then what will I do? No taxable supply, no return. Are we clear, everyone? It means, what do you mean by no taxable supply? Means I can make supply, but I can't collect tax from my customers. Are we clear, everyone? And that is what is being told over here, that sir, whenever your registration is suspended, please, you don't have to make any return also under section number 39, which is GSTR 3B, and you don't have to make any taxable supply. Not make any taxable supply means what, everyone? You should not issue tax invoice. It means you should not charge tax on the supplies which you have done during. So when your registration is suspended, will you file return? No. Will you collect tax from your customer? Are we clear, everyone? Can we go ahead? This much is good enough from your suspension ka part, which I believe should be good enough. Remaining you guys can just read at home. Can we go ahead, everyone? Remaining point can be just read at home. The most important point, when your registration can be suspended. Are we clear? And the next point, when registration is suspended, no taxable supply and no return. No taxable supply means what, everyone? No tax invoice, not to collect tax from your customer. Are we all clear till here, everyone? Now, please come to section number 30, everyone. Sir, my registration is cancelled. Please don't cancel my registration. Now, how many days may you will apply for revocation, everyone? You should apply for within 90 plus 90. No, 90 plus you can be given additional 180 days. Everyone over here. Revocation. Sir, please cancel my cancellation ka order which is there. You have cancelled my registration, sir. Please don't cancel. Are we clear, everyone? Sir, I want to do business. If you cancel my registration, how will I do business? So government told, if your registration has been cancelled, you can apply within how many days, everyone? You can apply. If PO is satisfied, he will revoke and issue an order. If PO is not satisfied, he will give you a love letter. You reply. Then once you reply, if he is satisfied, he will revoke. What is the issue over here? 1 minute, everyone. Okay, the screen is back. Everyone over here now. Listen, you should apply within how many days? 90 days. If proper officer is satisfied, he will go ahead and revoke the cancellation. If proper officer is not satisfied, what will he do? If proper officer is not satisfied, what will he do? He will give you a show cause notice. You have to reply. If he finds your reply satisfactory, he will revoke the cancellation. Otherwise, he will reject. Can I go ahead? Are we all clear? Baba, people, he had cancelled your registration. He had cancelled your registration because you are not paid your taxes. You are not filed your return. You went and told him, please revoke. What will he tell you? If registration is cancelled due to non-filing of return, before applying, please pay your tax, interest, penalty, late fee, everything, and then apply for revocation. Revocation के लिए you get how many days? This can be further extended by how many days? By the commissioner or any person who is authorized by the commissioner. Congratulations, people. This much which I have told you is more than enough. Remaining part which is there. See, I have taught you the most important part of the registration chapter. Otherwise, registration chapter becomes very lengthy. Are we clear? Remaining part you guys can just go through. The most important part we have gone ahead and covered. Are we clear, everyone? This much if you go ahead and do question answers, it will be more than enough. People, can you tell me what are the sections we went ahead and first of all covered in your registration? Section number, people who are liable when aggregate turnover crosses 40 lakh. Louder, everyone, louder. 40 lakh, 20 lakh or 10 lakh. 22, 3 and 4 is transferee is liable. Correct, everyone? One transferee, when person transfers the business as going concern, then this person is liable. One because of a court order. From which date? Certificate of incorporation. Do you remember, everyone? 23, everyone, people who are not. Section number 24, everyone, compulsory registration. Section number 25, everyone, procedure. Section number 25, one you do remember? 30 days, CTP and NRTP, SEZ, and SEZ near coastal area. Separate TWI near coastal, the nearest coastal state. Section number 25 2, multiple place, multiple registration can be taken. 25 3, everyone, louder. Voluntary. If you talk, you will remember. 25 4 and 5. This thing. 6, everyone. PAN. 6A to 6D. Other. 7 is NRTP. 8 is suo moto. Officer can register you. Are we clear? Enough. 26, total bakwas. 27. How many days? 5 days prior. How many days registration is given? 90 plus 90. 90 and 90. Can we go ahead, everyone? Next. See, why is CTP working like this? Why CTPs are called casual? Because they have 90 plus 90. Okay, everyone, only for classroom purpose. Everyone over here. Then 28, everyone. People who did not understand the joke, ignore. Amendment, everyone. Amendment. Amendment, core field, non-core, PAN change. PAN change, new registration. Non-core, no tension. Core, three cases. Remember those 3 cases. Legal name, address change, and change in the addition or deletion of partner, director, etc. 29, I explained you. 29 may 1 and 2 which is there. When your registration can be cancelled, please remember that. And 30, I told you about revocation. Revocation, you should apply within how many days? 90. And revocation ke liye, if you don't get within 90, you will be given additional how many days? 180. Can I go ahead, everyone? Are we clear with this point? Now, please come to your and 30 is done, revocation. Correct, everyone? Please come to your statutory update. We'll see the amendments also and then close this. I've covered all the question answers also which can probably be asked from this chapter. Registration may, see everyone, this point which is there for compulsory registration, no? TDS wala point, anyways, I have gone ahead and collected. These 3 points, don't worry. Anyways, when we are talking about TDS and TCS chapter, these points will be get covered. Okay, everyone? This point will be covered in TDS and TCS. This biometric based Aadhaar authentication, everyone. People, I have already told you, biometric based Aadhaar authentication is applicable in Gujarat and Puducherry. I have already told you, Gujarat and Puducherry. Now, rule number 8 is application, right? Rule number 8 is the application for what? Registration. This rule number 8 is not applicable for some people like NRTP. For them, separate application is there. TDS deductor, TCS collector, or a person who is supplying OIDR services from outside India, or a person who is doing online money gaming from outside India. For these people, which rule is not applicable? Rule number 8. Sir, which rules are applicable? Not very important for you guys. You can remember rule number 8 is applicable for a normal person. Can we go ahead, everyone? Next. Total bakwas this is. Okay. People, rule number 9 may know, earlier when the officer used to come for physical verification. People, when officer used to come for physical verification, you had to be present at your place of business. Now I am on a business trip. Now I have to come back. Or I am on a holiday. I have to come back because officer has come for what? Physical verification. So they removed this point. in the presence of the person is not required, means I don't have to be present when the officer is coming for physical verification of the place of business. Next, rule number 10A, we have already understood bank account detail. Yes, everyone. Now, rule number 25, listen to me very carefully. Rule number 25 is talking about physical verification of the place of people. Rule number 25 talks about what? Physical verification of place of business. Everyone listen to me very carefully. What they are going ahead and telling is, where people here, I have written the most important part. Physical verification after granting of registration. Your registration was granted to you. People, registration was, officer thought he will do physical verification of your place of business. After granting of registration, verification report should be uploaded within 15 working days after verification of your place of business. So if officer has come to your place of business after the registration was granted and he does physical verification of your place of business, one report has to be uploaded, which is GST REG 30. He will take your photograph smile, he'll take photograph of your place of business and he'll upload those details online. How much time is given to him? 15 working days. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now tell me one thing. Officer can come for physical verification prior to grant of registration also. Yes, before granting. When? Array, Aadhaar authentication failed. Then he should upload the report. Now, you will be granted registration within how many days? 5 days prior to completion of this 30 days. How many days prior? He should upload the physical verification report. How many days prior, everyone? See, if verification is done, if physical verification is done before grant of registration, report should be uploaded how many days prior? 5 working days prior to completion of the 30 days. You are given 30 days, he is given 30 days to do physical verification, right? Before the completion of 30 days may he should grant you the registration. 5 days prior, he should come and do the physical verification of the place of business. People, registration granted. After that, physical verification done. Within how many days? 15 days. Registration certificate not yet granted. Before grant, if he has to do physical verification, report should be uploaded how many days prior? 5 days prior to the completion of the time limit. That is 30 days, say 5 days prior. Can we go ahead, everyone? Next. Suspension. I have already told you about suspension. Revocation, we have already learned. How many days, everyone? 90 plus? 90 plus 180 days. And these are the amended chart. Anyways, you guys have it. People who have version 5 chart book can use the amended chart as well. That's all, everyone. Congratulations, people. We are done with the chapter. Now pick up your pen and mark what are the sections I am telling you. Section number 29, 22, 1. Please mark it. 22, 1. Very, very important. Section number 23, 1. Very, very important. Section number 24, very, very important. This chart you will have a 5 mark question. Either registration limit, aggregate turnover, anywhere one question can come for 5 mark. You must do question answers and go. Okay? Section number 25 may, I have already told you, you should apply within how many days, everyone? 30 days. This point which is there is very, very important. 10B, can you see down 10B? Yes. Here, rule number 10A. Please mark rule number 10A. 10A. Mark, done. Next. 6A, 6B, 6C and 6D. Please mark it. 6A, 6B, 6C and 6D. Please mark it. Next. CTP and NRTP, how many days? 90 plus 90. This point is important. They can ask you how many days they are given registration. 90 days. Additional how many days? Amendment may, you have to remember what are the core field amendment. Core field amendment. Okay, everyone? Suspension, please remember the first points till 3. Others also you have to read and go. Arey Baba, anything can come. You're getting my point, everyone? First 3 points which I am telling you over here till 3, it is very, very important. Please read and go. Can I go ahead, everyone? Because they can go ahead and tell you when the suspension happened. Number 1, when you apply. Number 2, when proper officer is cancelling. Number 3, when there are anomalies. Yes or no, everyone? Please remember. 29.1 and 29.2, very, very important. 29.1 and 29.2. 29.1 and 29.2. Revocation, 90 plus 180. Please remember this. Now the time limit is 90 plus 180. Congratulations everyone. I'll close my discussion on the chapter of registration. I've tried my best to go ahead and give you guys in detail little discussion. We have covered the amendments also. We'll close our revision on the chapter of registration. Done. Chalo, you take a 5 minutes break and then we start with exemption. 5 minutes and then with exemption. 5 minutes means 6:55 we resume everyone. 6:55 we resume. People watching at home, are we all 100% clear till here? People watching at home, are we all clear till here? Done? 8 o'clock. People, let's move. Can we go ahead, everyone? Quickly settle down. Quickly settle down, everyone. Quick, everyone, quick. Quick. Quickly settle down, everyone. Chalo, we'll go ahead. Now, let's move to exemption. Please come to exemption ka chart. Chalo, let's take a quick linking and then we'll go ahead. We started learning GST with what, everyone? Goods or service. Goods or service has to be supplied. Supply can be either interstate supply or supply can be either intrastate supply. Interstate supply or intrastate. Interstate, what will happen, everyone? IGST will be levied. Intrastate, what will happen, everyone? Once GST gets levied, GST has to be collected and paid by a taxable person. Yes, everyone? Always remember one thing. Once GST has to be collected and paid by a taxable person, but if that item which is supplying falls under an exemption, then he will not have to collect GST and pay. Now, this exemption is granted by the government using the power under section number 11. Government goes ahead and gives the exemption under section number what, everyone? 11 of the CGST Act. Please come to your exemption. Please come to your exemption ka chart. You will see over here that government goes ahead and gives the exemption. The power to grant exemption is given by section number 11. Section number 11 goes ahead and gives the government the power to grant exemption. Now, section number 11, 11.2, 11.3 is just for you to read at home. Government went ahead and issued a notification number 12/2017, granting the exemption. Now, listen, exemption is there for goods also, which are exempted from GST. Exemption is there for services also, which are exempted from GST. Goods are not applicable for your exam, but at intermediate level, you have to learn about the services which are exempted. Now, services may, the first one, what I've gone ahead and done is, I've gone ahead and created charts There are approximately 100 services. Now, those services which are relating to charitable and religious will be studying in one chart. Those services which are relating to government will study in the next chart. Like this, we have gone ahead and done sector-wise exemption. Right, everyone? So, the first exemption is relating to charitable and religious activities. Let's go ahead and start with that. It says charitable activities relating to. Now, first of all, there has to be an entity which is registered under 12AA or AB of the Income Tax Act. People, listen to me very carefully. An entity which doesn't want to pay income tax basically, goes ahead and takes registration under section number 12AA or AB. Basically, it's a charitable entity. So, it's a charitable entity. It does not have to go ahead and pay under Income Tax Act if it is registered under 12AA or AB. Are we clear? Section number 12AA or AB of the Income Tax Act. Now, what they are going ahead and telling, if you are an entity registered under 12AA or section number 12AB of the Income Tax Act, and you are doing what activity, everyone? Charitable activity, then your activity with GST will not come. So, if I am an entity registered under 12AA or AB of the Income Tax Act, and I am doing which activity, everyone? Charitable activity. Now, charitable activity, I can go ahead and say, I am going ahead and feeding food to the poor people. I am doing charitable activity. They are telling not every activity is charitable activity, and they went ahead and defined charitable activity. Are we clear? And they told charitable activity should be relating to what, everyone? Public health by way of care or counseling of terminally ill people. You are going ahead and giving care and counseling for terminally ill people, then your activity is a charitable activity. Don't charge them any GST. You are going ahead and giving care or counseling you are doing of severely physically or mentally disabled person. You are doing care or counseling of HIV or AIDS infected. You are doing care or counseling of drug or alcohol addicts. Now, terminally ill person means about to go. Then, terminally means the last stage, termination stage. So, it says terminally ill or severely physical or mentally disabled or HIV or AIDS infected person. HIV AIDS infected, again about to go. Baba, everything told in classroom is only for classroom purpose so that students remember it. Okay, everyone? Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, and the last one is drug or alcohol addict, again about to go. So, what government is going ahead and telling, if you are doing care and counseling of about to go people, then Baba, if you go ahead and tell them to pay GST, they will go early. Don't do that. It will become expensive. So, supposingly care and counseling is done of alcohol addict. 100 rupees is there. You went ahead and told 120, 118 including GST. You getting my point? It will become expensive to take care and counseling. So, don't go ahead and ask them GST. Are we clear, everyone? Next, if you are doing public awareness of preventive health, family planning, you are doing what? Awareness about what, everyone? Preventive health, so that you don't become about to go. You are going ahead and telling people how to prevent. Are we clear, everyone? Family planning ke liye you are going ahead and giving people awareness or prevention of HIV infection so that you don't become about to go. So, if you are doing public awareness about this also, then also your activity pe GST will not come. The next is, if you are doing anything for advancement of religion, spirituality and yoga. Might be you started teaching yoga to people. Are you guys able to understand? But you have, first of all, you have to be an entity registered under charitable institution which is registered under 12AA or AB, and then you should be doing charitable activity. Tomorrow I started teaching yoga in the class. My activity exempt? No. Are we clear, everyone? It should be an entity registered under 12AA. You guys are feeling lazy, no? Everyone will do yoga little. Sit straight, everyone. Straight. Okay, no yoga now. We'll study. Everyone over here. Yeah. Charitable institution doing charitable activity. Number 1 done. Okay. If you are doing advancement of religion, spirituality and yoga, then also your activity is a charitable activity, and your activity ke liye, even if you are charging anything, don't charge any GST. For an example, Baba Ramdev, their institution is registered under 12AA or AB, and they are doing yoga ke liye. They are teaching yoga to people. Now, in this scenario, whatever amount they charge, they will not charge any GST. The next one, if you are going ahead and doing charitable activity which is relating to what? Advancement of educational program, skill development program relating to abandoned, orphan, homeless children. Homeless children you are teaching and charging some amount to them. Don't charge any GST. Physically, mentally abused, traumatized person. Government is going ahead and telling don't charge any GST if you are giving educational program or skill development program for those people. You are going ahead and teaching prisoners. You never know when they will murder you also. So government went ahead and told, Baba, only for classroom purpose. Practically talking, all prisoners are good people. That is why in prison. Everyone over here. No. Oh, okay, ignore. Everyone. So what they are going ahead and telling over here is, if you are doing advancement of educational program, you are giving educational program to whom? Prisoners. Government is telling, you are very courageous. Don't charge any GST to them. Next, if you are going ahead and teaching person greater than 65, residing in where everyone? Then rural area, then also your service is charitable activity. Don't charge any GST. In exam, they will go ahead and tell you, charitable institution going ahead and giving educational program for person residing in urban area. Baba, taxable. Rural area greater than 65. Are we clear, everyone? Next. Preservation. If you are doing charitable activity, preservation of environment, watershed, forest, wildlife, might be you are doing something to preserve wildlife, all the water bodies, etc. Then your activity is also a charitable activity. Remember one thing, everyone. If you are charitable institution, who is a charitable institution which is registered under? Louder, everyone. 12A or AB. Secondly, you are doing PAPI activities. PAPI activities. What is PAPI activity, everyone? P for public health. Public health can be care on counseling and public awareness. A for advancement of religion, spirituality and yoga. P for everyone, preservation of environment, watershed, forest and wildlife. And E for educational program or skill program if you are going ahead and doing. For whom? Abandoned orphans, homeless children, mentally abused, prisoners, person greater than 65 residing in rural area. Then your services are PAPI activities. No, your services are charitable activity. Can I go ahead, everyone? Are we all clear with this? The next one. If you are an entity which is registered under 12AA, people with me over here, entity registered under 12AA or AB, and you are running an old age home for resident. Number one, it should be for resident. Greater than equal to 60 years means the resident can be Indian, basically Indian resident, and whose age can be greater than or equal to 60 years. And if you are charging how much, everyone? 25,000 per month per member. Then Baba, your activity, you should not go ahead and charge any GST. This consideration is basically charged for what? Boarding, lodging and maintenance of the old people. Now, sir, if supposedly husband and wife both have come to the old age home, then how much will you charge? 25 and 25. How much is the exemption? 50,000. Please be very careful. Per person is how much? 25,000. Now, this old age home can be run by central government or state government also. It can be either run by whom? Institution registered under 12A or AB. It can also be run by government. Then also it will be exempted up to 25,000 per month per member. Let's go to the next one. The next one over here is, if there is an entity which is registered under 12AA or AB and it is running what, everyone? Renting the precincts of a religious place meant for the general public. People, temple is there. Temple, supposing there is a temple which is run by whom? An entity which is registered, and it is an entity registered under 12AA or AB, or it can be a trust. Baba, Tirupati temple ka trust is there, or might be the temple if it is registered under 1023(5), or it's a body or authority registered under 1023 of the Income Tax Act. Remember, Baba, as of now you take it to be a temple. Okay. Now, if temple is going ahead, supposingly, who is getting married? Viresh is getting married, supposedly. Okay. Viresh, tell a hi to everyone, no? Okay, everyone over here now. Supposingly, Viresh is over there. Viresh is getting married. Now, temple ko he went ahead and told, sir, I want Kalyan Mandapam, where marriage will happen. They went ahead and told him 10,000 rupees. He told, sir, 10,000, then GST you have to charge. He went ahead and put 1 rupee in the hundi. 9999 if the temple charges him. Then they will not go ahead and charge any GST. Baba, 9999 is per month or per day? Marriage happens only one day, not 30 days. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. When marriage was happening, his friends and family came for them to stay. He booked rooms also in the temple. If room rent, the temple told you 1,000 rupees, then GST will come. Put 1 rupee in the hundi, give 999. They will not go ahead and charge any GST. So, room rent up to 999 per day is exempt. Premises or km, kilometer nahi baba, Kalyan Mandapam, 999 per day is exempt. shop. Then listen. Now this is Viresh. This is Viresh and this is Viresh ka wife. Okay, everyone. Now they are married. Now he told, Baba, only marriage will not work out. You need to do some work also. You need to do some work also. So he took one temple mein, he took one shop and he put laddu shop. Okay, people. Now temple went ahead and gave him this shop. If temple is going ahead and telling him, I will charge 10,000, then they will have to charge GST. He put 1 rupee in the hundi. They charge him how much? 9999 per month. Then they'll no GST. Always remember, in case you are going ahead, if there is a charitable institution which is registered under 12AA or AB, or if there is a trust which is running what, everyone? Religious place. Might be Gurudwara, temple, and they are going ahead and giving Kalyan Mandapam for marriages, or they are giving room on rent, or they are giving a shop, so that after marriage you need money, so Baba, you can run a shop also. Now what they are going ahead and telling, all the three cases may, if it is 1,000 or 10,000, then GST will come. How much is exempt? 999 or 9999, then they will not go ahead and charge any GST. Are we clear with this point? Next. Remember, now when your marriage is happening, Pandit ji will come to do puja also. Correct or not, everyone? Remember, conduct of any religious ceremony is always exempt. It can be by any person, it need not be by a charitable entity. So for an example, Pandit ji came for a marriage, you gave him 1,000 rupees, or might be 10,000 rupees or 50,000 rupees. He will not go ahead and charge any GST, because anyone who is doing any religious ceremony, his services are always exempt. Are we clear, everyone? People, tell me one thing, the next one over here. Now, if there is an entity which is registered under 12AA or AB, and Viresh, why are you not happy about the marriage? You should not be happy also, correct, no? Don't I look happy? Everyone over here now. Next. See, I love my wife and I am very happy because it's a live session. She might also see from home. So I can't tell all those things. Everyone over here now. So I'm very happy. Everyone over here now. Now, if there is an entity which is registered under 12AA or AB, everyone, and it is providing what, everyone? Training or coaching in sports. So for an example, there is an entity which is registered under 12AA or AB. You went to them and they told, okay, cricket coaching will charge you 2,000. They will not charge you any GST. Okay, I am running one coaching center when I am teaching badminton to people. Will I charge GST? Yes. If it's an entity registered under 12AA or AB and giving training or coaching in sports, then exempted. Private person running it, GST will come. Now, this is one point which I want to tell you. See, this point, training or coaching in recreational activity relating to art or culture by an individual is also exempt. I give painting a class. I am a painter. I love painting. So I am giving painting a classes. I am an individual. I am giving sculpture ka classes. All these are art and culture related classes. If I am giving and I am an individual, whatever amount I charge, I will not charge any GST. It has to be done by an individual. Need not be a partnership firm, company or an entity registered. No. It has only exemption is for whom, everyone? Individual. Are we all clear till here? Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. The next one over here is religious pilgrimage. Services by KMVNL, Kumaon Mandal Vikas Nigam Limited. They take people for Kailash Mansarovar Yatra. And Hajj committee takes people for what? Hajj. Whatever amount they are charging, they will not charge you any GST. Next. The next one over here is, supposingly, who is this? Your name? Sarath. This is Sarath, everyone. Okay. Sarath is wearing a cap. This is Sarath. This is Sarath and wearing a cap. Everyone listen. Now Sarath has gone out of his ways, not studying, drinking. Now his father will put him to a rehabilitation center. Correct. Now listen. In rehabilitation center, no doctors are not there. Rehabilitation center mein rehabilitation professionals are there. Now rehabilitation professionals went and told to the government, what about our services? So government told, services by rehabilitation professional, when they are giving rehabilitation, therapy, counseling, and they are giving it at a medical establishment, or they are giving it at a educational institution, or they are giving it at a rehabilitation center which is set up by whom? Central government, state government, union territory, or they are giving rehabilitation professionals are giving their services at a center which is set up by an entity which is established under 12AA or AB. So rehabilitation professional ka services will be exempted. Are we clear, everyone? Can I go ahead? Next. Okay, tell me one thing on the left hand side. Residential program or camp. Now you went to a residential program. Baba Ramdev ka residential program was there. He was teaching yoga. When you went for yoga, 5 days you went there. They will give you food. They'll give you stay also. Correct or not? Remember, yoga is primary over here. All others are ancillary. Yoga is exempt. All others also what will happen? Exempt. So it says if primary or predominant objective is advancement of religion, spirituality and yoga, then it will be exempt. All those residential program mein whatever fees is taken, exempt. You went to Sri Ravi Shankar ji ka ashram. They went ahead and taught you about spirituality. They gave you residence also and food also for some time. Taxable or exempt? Exempt. Louder everyone. But you went to one temple and temple is an entity registered under 12A or AB, but they are running a restaurant. They are telling after having food give 100 rupees or after having food give 100 rupees donation. Baba, remember GST will come. It is not charitable activity. Charitable activity is papi activities. Can I go ahead everyone? So if charitable or religious trust merely provides accommodation or serves food and drink against consideration including donation, then the activity will be taxable. Now you went for activity of holding fitness camp, classes, aerobic, dance, music, etc. Baba, if charitable institution is there and they are going ahead and giving you dance class, music class, aerobic class, Baba, remember all this will always be taxable. Art and culture related classes only given by an individual is exempt. Are we all clear till here? People, tell me one thing. What did I teach you? Number one, people with me over here. Not talking. You want to stand and talk everyone? And then louder. Charitable institution doing which activity? Charitable activity. Which activity? Papi activity. Always exempt. Second, running an old age home for residents greater than equal to also 60. And amount charged should be 25 up to 25,000 per month per member. Third one I taught you, renting of premises of a religious place. How much is exempted? 999 or 9999. Charitable institution going ahead and giving training or coaching in sports is always exempt. Training or coaching in sports given by me, taxable. Art or culture related classes given by me. Hey, art or culture related classes given by individual is always. Are we all clear till here everyone? I'll close my discussion or revision on the chart of charitable and religious activity. From exam point of view, 1, 2 to 3 marks small point can be asked from this chart. Can we go ahead everyone? Done? People watching at home, are we all 100% clear? Chalo. Let's go ahead to the next one. Please come to the next chart everyone. People going in, no? Going in everything? Can we go ahead? Sit straight. Drink some water. Louder everyone. You have to talk with me, okay? The next one. See, if you are talking with me, you are remembering everything. Yes or no everyone? So you have to talk with me. Now the next one. Now government related service. People listen to me very carefully. Did we already go on ahead and learned about government related service? Central government, state government, local authority and union territory. Okay. Services by Department of Post. Did we already learn? People tell me what are the services exempt? PIBO exempted. Other than that, taxable. Did we learn about aircraft or vessel related service? GST under? Louder. FPM. The third one, renting of immovable property. Registered person then? Unregistered person? FCM. Indian Railways ka services always? FCM. Transportation of goods and passenger always? FCM. Now, other than that, if government is giving services to whom? Non-business entity? Exempt. Business entity? Whose last year ka turnover should be more than registration limit and amount charged should be more than 5,000, only then GST will come under RCM. Can I go ahead everyone? Next. Now everyone over here, government related services may there are some services which has been exempted by the government. It says guaranteeing of loan of their undertaking. So if government is guaranteeing the loan of their undertaking, for example, this is government over here. This is government over here. This is government ka public sector undertaking and this is the bank. Government gave guarantee to the bank and told please give loan. They gave loan to the PSU and PSU gave some money to the government because government provided services by what? Guaranteeing the loan. Remember, when the PSU will give the money, there will be no GST. Guaranteeing loans of their undertaking or PSU from banking company or financial institution, when government is going ahead and giving guaranteeing services, there is no GST. The next one over here, providing registration required under law. Testing, calibration, safety check, certification relating to protection of worker, consumer, public at large. Baba, people, when government is granting you a registration which you are required under the law. For example, GST ka registration. As of now, they are not charging you anything. If they charge you also, they will not charge you any GST. Any registration which is required under law, including fire license, which are required under law, government, when it is granting you that registration, you are not required to pay any GST. Next. Services by way of issuance of passport, visa, driving license, birth certificate, death certificate, when government is issuing, whatever amount government is charging, they will not charge you any GST. Next, services by deputing officer. Okay, listen. Your goods have come from outside India. Today is Diwali. This officer was celebrating. That is why he is angry. He was celebrating with his kids, his family. Okay? And you told my goods have come. You please come to the port. I want to take my goods today only. So when the officer will come after working hours, this officer has to stand over here because your goods will be unloaded. What if you unload AK-47? So officer has to come. When officer will come and stand over here, no, you have to pay merchant overtime fees. His overtime ka government will charge one amount at the custom port because this officer has come. Government will charge you an amount for the unloading and clearing, one extra amount. That extra amount which the government is charging is known as what, everyone? Merchant overtime fees. There will be no GST. Next, tolerating non-performance of a contract against fine or liquidated damage, there will be no GST. This anyways we know. Assignment of right to use natural resource to individual farmer for cultivation of plant and rearing of all life form of animal except horses. For an example, one farmer is there, he went in and told the government, sir, please give me a land so that I can rear my cows, sheep over here. When government is giving the land, it is giving of right to use the natural resources. Whatever amount government is charging, government will not charge any GST. But what if he is using it for horses? GST will come. Next, assignment of right to collect royalty, Baba, not required. Next, other miscellaneous provision, other miscellaneous exemption. Everyone over here, services provided by fair price shop to central government, state government, union territory under public distribution system. What is public distribution system? Ration wala is there. Ration wala is distributing ration to you. 1 rupee mein ration is distributed. He will charge some commission to the government. When he is charging the government, because he is distributing on behalf of government, so he is giving services to the government. So remember, fair price shop, that ration wala who is distributing the ration, he is collecting some commission from the government. He will not charge any GST. The next is training program for which 75% or more of the expenditure is borne by the government. If there is a training program for which how much expenditure is borne by the government? 75%, then there will be no GST. Exam question, training program for which 70% of the expenditure was borne by the government. Will the amount pay GST come? Yes. Next, insurance scheme where the insurance is paid by whom? Government. Remember one thing, insurance scheme where the insurance is paid by the total amount is paid by premium is paid by the, just imagine you are collecting GST from government and again paying back to the government only. Are we clear, everyone? And hence they told there is no GST. This excess royalty collection contractor which is there, not required. You guys want, you can read it, still not required. Everyone over here now. Please come to the top. Government going in and giving government co services. Exempt. Government forms governmental authority or governmental entity. Government has formed governmental authority or governmental entity. Now what governmental authority and governmental entity do is, they go ahead and do some work for the government and government goes ahead. So they will do the work for the government and government will give them what? Grant. So when they are going ahead and giving services to the government and government is giving them what, everyone? Grants. Their services to the government also will be exempt. Governmental authority is also formed by the government only. Governmental authority going ahead and giving services to the government by way of an activity under 243G and W. Why is governmental authority formed? To do the activity which is told under 243G and W. Government can also do 243G and W activity. If panchayat or municipality is doing, that is neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Now government formed one governmental authority and that authority is going ahead and doing the activity under 243G and W. Now that activity, when it is done by an authority, then also that activity there will be no GST. Are we clear, everyone? Next. Now, sir, central government, state government, local authority or union territory, they have to do 243G and WL activity, right, everyone? For an example, I'll tell you,
243W का activity is street lights are there. Those street lights have to be maintained. Will you see government climbing on the street light, and changing the bulbs, etc., maintaining the street light, cleaning the road? All these are activities under 243G and W. I help the government. What government will do? Government will give contract to people. I help the government to do 243G and W wala activity. Then my activity will be exempt. That is what they are telling over here. Pure services, or okay, I'll tell about pure services first. Pure services by way of an activity in relation to 243G and W, my services will be exempted. So panchayat and municipality has to clean the road. Now to clean the road, I went in and helped them. If panchayat or municipality is doing, that is neither supply of goods nor supply of service. I help the panchayat or municipality to do 243G and W wala activity. My service also, there will be no GST exempt. Now municipality went in and told me, Ramesh, change the street light ka bulbs. Okay, everyone. Now remember, when I am going in and changing the street light ka bulb, it is not a pure service. I am giving goods also, bulb, and I am giving service also. Remember one thing. When I am giving goods also and service also, it is not a pure service. It's a composite supply. Remember, if I am going ahead and charging of goods and service for which the value of goods constitute how much, everyone? 25%, then my service will be exempt. Now, for an example, I went ahead and told them, for total work of changing the light, etc., street light, I will charge the panchayat or municipality 1 lakh. How much can be the value of the goods maximum? 25,000. Supposingly 35% was the value of the goods which I am charging them. Means it includes 35% goods. Then if I am charging 1 lakh, should I charge GST? Is my point clear to all? Yes? Are we all clear? Done. Everyone over here. Now here one more point is there which is in the amendment. I'll tell you. Everyone please come to the amendment. Amendment page number 22. People, tell me one thing. Governmental authority is formed to do what activity? Governmental authority does which activities? 243G and W wala activities. If they are doing those activities, tax is there or exempted? Now, to do those 243G and W activity, if they take some services from someone, will GST come or exempted? So they went ahead and told, if governmental authority ko service you are providing to whom? Governmental authority, and that service is by way of water supply, public health, sanitation, solid waste management, slum improvement and upgradation. See, governmental authority does 243G and W wala activity, their activity with no GST. If they are going ahead and taking which services, everyone? These 5. Water supply ka services, public health related services, then sanitation conservancy, solid waste management or slum improvement and upgradation, then that services when I am giving to them, that will also be exempt. Then the next one, entry number 6, 7, 8 and 9 may everywhere they have included Indian Railway. Can you tell me why Indian Railway has been included? Because Indian Railway ka case mein always GST will come under forward charge mechanism. There is no exemption. Do you remember, everyone? Chalo, please come back. This satellite launch service we'll talk later. Indian Railways I have already told you over here. Can we go ahead, everyone? Are we all clear with this point? One more small circular is over here. See. This circular is there. Circular. Everyone over here. Accommodation services provided by Air Force, Army, Navy, paramilitary, police, force, mess to whom? Personnel means their personnel. Army ka people, police ka people, or any person other than business entity is always exempt. All this accommodation service. Accommodation means to stay. If they give you accommodation, by whom? By it is given by whom? Air Force, Army, Navy, paramilitary or police. If it is given to their personnel means their people, or even if it is given to any person other than business entity, it will be always exempt. But if it is given to business entity, taxable under RCM. Which business entity? Whose last year ka turnover is more than registration limit and the amount should be more than 5,000. Is my point clear to all? Can we go ahead, everyone? Next. Government related service. Please remember post wala service, aircraft or vessel. This Indian Railway is very important this time. Transportation services. Other than that, whatever amendment I have told you, that is also very important. Please remember. Done everyone? Can we go ahead? Chalo. I'll close my revision on the chapter on the government related services. Please come to the next one. Transportation everyone. Please come to the next one. Transportation. Chalo, I'll give you 2 minutes to talk to each other and then I'll do it. Drink some water, talk to each other and then we'll go. Can we go ahead everyone? Chalo, let's continue. Settle down. Let's continue everyone. Now, the next one is transportation service. Everyone over here, transportation services. Now, transportation can be of passengers also. Transportation can be of goods also. Passenger transportation can be by air, road, rail, water. Goods transportation can be by road, rail, water or air. Now, let's talk about passenger transportation. When passenger is transported, he or she can be transported with belongings or without belongings. For an example, you are going by air, you might have a bag along with you, you might have a suitcase along with you, you might not have a suitcase along with you. So what they are telling is passenger transportation with or without belonging. Whenever it is happening by air, remember one thing, generally air transportation is always taxable. But if you are going in economy class, flight is embarking from or terminating in, means you are going to or you are coming from which place? Bagdogra in West Bengal, Arunachal Pradesh, Tripura, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Assam, Nagaland and Sikkim, then whatever flight company will charge you for the air ticket, they will not charge you any GST. How will we remember this everyone? Batmans, B-A-T-M-A-N-S. Batmans don't pay GST everyone. What is Batmans everyone? B for Bagdogra in West Bengal, A for Arunachal Pradesh, Tripura, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Manipur, Arunachal, Assam, Nagaland and Arunachal is not there. Sorry. Where is it? A only we told. No, here it is not there. Sorry. Okay. What is Batmans? B for Bagdogra in West Bengal. A for Arunachal. T for Tripura. M for Meghalaya, Manipur, Mizoram. A for Assam. N for Nagaland. S for Sikkim. You are going there or you are coming from there. On the air ticket, they will not charge you any GST. But it should be economy class ka ticket. If you can afford business class, you can afford GST also. Are we clear everyone? So if you book a business class ticket, then you have to pay GST. But if you are booking a economy class, then there is no GST. Are we clear everyone? Can we go ahead? The next one over here is when road transportation is happening, it can happen by stage carriage. What is stage carriage, everyone? Our buses which are there, no buses, our local bus, they will go in stages. One stage to another bus stop, another bus stop, another bus stop. So it is known as a stage carriage. Remember one thing, if you are coming, our BMTC ka bus is there. Non-AC, it will be always exempt. But if it is AC, it will always be taxable. If you can afford AC, you can afford GST also. Next, contract carriage. As the name suggests, contract carriage is what, everyone? You have taken it under a contract to go from one point to another. For an example, I booked one cab from my home to the airport. It is one point to another point. Under a contract, he is coming with me. Are we clear, everyone? That's a contract carriage. Remember, non-AC is always exempt. But AC then, radio taxi. Taxi is always taxable, Baba. Are we clear, everyone? Radio taxi is always, Ola, Uber, etc. always taxable. Tourism, Baba, public transport ke liye it is exempt. Are we clear, everyone? Tourism is always taxable. Conductor, taxable. You took it on charter. For an example, I went to Delhi and I took one contract carriage. I told from Delhi to Manali we will go and Manali say we will come back. I took it on contract from one point to another point. Remember one thing, it will always be taxable. Charter, contract, hire, tourism, always taxable. But other than that, if contract carriage is generally used, for an example, when you go to Jammu and Kashmir, you will see Srinagar to Gulmarg if you want to go, one contract carriage will be there, one point to another point it will take you, but it is for the general public. Anyone can go, 50 rupees they will charge you, one point to another point, small Tata Sumos will run. That's a contract carriage going from one point to another point. Are we clear, everyone? But it is for what? Public. So it is non-AC then exempt, AC then. But if you book a radio taxi, tourism के लिए, conductor के लिए, charter or hire के लिए, always taxable. Public transport is always exempt. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next, metered cab. What is metered cab? Show the hand, it will stop. Meter cab. Auto rickshaw, e-rickshaw, always exempt. Remember, wherever we have seen this exemption, no? Wherever we have seen this exemption, if these services are supplied through e-commerce operator under section number 9(5). For an example, you booked a auto rickshaw through Ola. Ola will be liable to pay GST. It will not be exempted. But supposingly you went to the road, show the hand, Ola, the auto stopped. In that case, whatever he is charging, will GST come or exempt? But if you booked a auto through Ola, Uber, etc., taxable. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next, if you booked a contract carriage through Ola, Uber, etc., taxable. Can we go ahead, everyone? Next, रेल का केस में मेट्रो, बाबा, आर मेट्रो फॉर द पब्लिक exempted. Monorail in Mumbai exempted. Tramway, where is tramway? Kolkata, again exempted. Next, but Indian Railways, you know, always remember Indian Railways when they are selling you ticket, if it is non-AC, it will be always exempt. If it is first class or AC, it will always be taxable. Are we clear, everyone? Can we go ahead? Next, sir, water ke through if transportation is happening, water means ship. It can be sea transportation also, correct? Sea can also be used or river can also be used. So what they are telling is, if it is by sea transportation, public transport, Baba, you will see in the sea, what will happen? One coast to another coast, ships are used to go from one coast to another coast for public transportation. Public wants to travel from one coast to another coast. They will go in what, everyone? Ship. Have you seen that, everyone? So public transport is always exempted. Tourism, supposingly, here Viresh told me and my girlfriend for tourism, we will go in a ship from here to here. But tourism, they will always charge you GST. Can I go ahead, everyone? Viresh, you are not happy? Then tourism is always taxable. If vessel ke through public transportation, if transportation is done outside India, for an example, you took a cruise from India to Singapore, not public transportation, it is transportation outside India, taxable or exempt? Taxable. Baba, remember, sea transportation, public transport is exempt. Tourism, tour, going outside India, cruise, all these are always taxable. Inland waterways. Baba, inland waterways means what? River. You will see in some state where rivers are there, from here to here, public, when they want to go from one place to another place, they use what, everyone? The river ka route. Taxable or exempt? Exempt. Can I go ahead, everyone? Are we all clear till here? People, tell me one thing. I'll ask you. Transportation of passenger. People, tell me. Transportation of passenger. Air. Going to Batman's, coming from Batman's. Economic class? Exempt. Business class? Taxable. ठीक है. Second, road. Stage carriers, non-AC. Exempt. AC? Tax. Contract carriers, non-AC. It should be for public transport, Baba. ठीक है? Everyone remember, it should be for AC? Taxable. If you took it for tourism, taxable. Tour? Taxable. Hire? Charter? Taxable. Radio taxi? Taxable. Louder, okay, louder. Then, next. Metered cab, auto rickshaw, e-rickshaw, everyone? Exempt. Now, wherever I told exemption on road, etc., if the services are supplied through e-commerce, taxable. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. Rail ka case mein, metered metro, tramway, monorail, exempt. Sir, if it is Indian Railway, non-AC, exempt. AC, water transportation, public transport, exempt. Sir, if it is inland waterways, exempt. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. Baba, see, here when I am talking about Indian Railways, no? So that you are not confused. Everyone over here. Indian Railways ka, this is about transportation services. Now, supposingly, Indian Railways, Tata Industries which are there, they want to transport their steel. Correct? For that, they will give transportation services to a business entity. Indian Railways is government ka department. Government giving services to business entities is RCM. But Indian Railways ka forward charge. We are not talking about, here we are talking about which transportation of Indian Railway? Public transportation. Are you guys able to understand? But Indian Railways ka, all services they have gone ahead and told, all, whether they are renting, might be Indian Railways has one room, they have rented it out. Are you guys able to understand? Can we go ahead, everyone? No, we will not talk about renting. ठीक है. Just a second. Where are we? Indian Railways. No. We were talking about Indian Railways. Just a second, everyone. ठीक है. Everyone over here. Indian Railways, whenever they are giving any services, it is always what, everyone? Forward charge. Are we clear? But here what we are talking about, not all the services which are given by Indian Railways. All the services by Indian Railways are under forward charge. Now, if they talk about transportation of passenger, then what will you do, everyone? Remember, transportation of passengers, non-AC is exempt, AC is always taxable. Sir, transportation of goods by Indian Railway, taxable. But there is some exemption which we will talk about it. Are we clear, everyone? Can we go ahead? Everyone over here now. Now, the next one is transportation of goods. Transportation of goods may always remember road, rail, water or air. There are four things which are told. Transportation of goods may road, rail, water or air. People, tell me one thing. Air transportation of goods domestically. One flight company is there transporting goods. Will they charge GST? Taxable, not taxable? Taxable. Then air transportation, international, from India, outside India, from outside India to India is always, from India to outside India is always taxable. Then water transportation, remember goods ka transportation happening by water. Water, one can be river route is always exempt, but vessel means what, everyone? Ship. If it is coastal transportation within India, what do you mean by coastal transportation, everyone? One coast to another coast. If goods are being transported by sea, they are going ahead and telling it is always taxable, but it will be exempt in what case, everyone? What are random item? Relief material, agricultural produce, newspaper and magazine, defense and military equipment, organic manure, milk, salt, food grain, flour, pulses and rice. Tell me one thing. Coastal transportation, one coast to another. Everyone over here, coastal transportation, is it taxable or exempt? Taxable. Random item? Exempt. What are random item? Relief material, agricultural produce, newspaper and magazine, defense and military equipment, organic manure, milk, salt, food grain, rice, flour and pulses. Can I go ahead, everyone? Today when you go home, no, in one bowl you put milk, salt, some food grain, flour, pulses and rice. So you will remember in the exam. But don't eat it. Can we go ahead, everyone? Everyone over here now. International transportation from outside India to India. Always from India to outside India. But in case of air, from outside India to India is always, remember this point. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. Rail transportation, always taxable. Rail is transporting goods. Taxable or not taxable? But if it is random item, next. Road transportation, you went to one small truck wala and you told him, he is not a GTA. He is not, who is a GTA? Who issues consignment note. You went to one person, you told him, sir, I am emptying my home. I want to transport all these goods. If it is individual truck operator, tempo operator, cart, bullock cart, etc., always exempt. If it is courier services, courier wala will always charge you GST, taxable. But if it is GTA, Baba, GTA, I don't want you to read from here. I have already told you GTA. Can you tell me GTA, everyone? GTA, if he is providing services to a registered person under GST or unregistered person under GST. Registered person is TDS deductor, then exempt. Registered person is other registered person, then RCM at the rate of 5%, or if GTA is not opted for reverse charge, then GTA has taken registration, then forward charge mechanism, how much? 12% is also there and 5% is also there. Both options are there for GTA. Can I go ahead? GTA can charge you GST at 12% also or 5% also. But if GTA has not opted for forward charge, then you have to pay how much? 5% RCM. Next. If it is unregistered person, FB scoop, you remember FB scoop, everyone? What will come? RCM or FCM 12% or 5%. But if it is other unregistered person, then everyone exempt. Correct, everyone? You remember this one. Are we clear? So this place it is taxable and this place it is taxable. That's all I have gone ahead and told over here also. Can we go ahead, everyone? Next. Come down, everyone. It says entry number 22. Giving on hire to a state transport undertaking a motor vehicle to carry more than 12 passenger. People, one state transport undertaking ko, I went ahead and gave one motor vehicle which is for more than 12 passenger. For an example, Karnataka State Transport Undertaking. They wanted a bus. I have a bus. I gave it to Karnataka State Transport Undertaking. They are giving me monthly rent. Will I charge them any GST? Taxable or exempt? If it is for transportation of more than 12 passenger, always exempt. Next, if I am giving to a local authority, BMTC is there. Nowadays, you will see BMTC is running electric vehicle, that green color wala. But they don't have money to buy. So they are telling general public, you buy the vehicle, give it to us. GST will not come on you. You don't have to charge us GST. See, if you are giving a local authority, BMTC for an example, electric vehicle to carry more than, bus is for more than 12 passenger, will GST come or exempt? Exempt. If you are giving to a GTA, you know, goods transport agency, they need a truck. You gave them a truck. Will you charge GST? Taxable or exempt? Exempt. People, tell me one thing. Louder, everyone here. I gave to the state transport undertaking one car for transportation of 10 passengers. Taxable or exempt? Taxable. Are we clear, everyone? I gave to the local authority one vehicle to carry 20 passengers. Electric vehicle. Exempt. Electric vehicle to carry 8 passengers. Taxable. Remember this point. Okay, everyone? Next. Satellite launch services. You remember satellite launch services? ISRO gives you satellite launch services. For an example, you can make a satellite, go to ISRO and tell them they will send it to space. First of all, make a satellite. Correct, everyone? Now listen to me very carefully. Now, They are telling it is not necessary that only services by ISRO, Antriksh, NSIL will be exempt. For an example, tomorrow SpaceX comes to India and they say we will also give satellite launch service. Their services also will be exempt. Now, satellite launch services given by anyone will be exempted. Are we clear with this point? Can we go ahead, everyone? Next, people come on the left hand side. Everyone over here. Can you see the next one? Renting of truck and other vehicle during a period. People, if you are going ahead and giving, what are they telling over here? Renting of truck and other vehicle with driver for a period is services of renting of vehicle and not services of transportation of goods by road. For an example, one mining area is there. This mining area mein they told Ramesh sir, you give your truck along with a driver to us. People, if I am an individual truck wala and doing transportation of goods, my services are taxable or exempt? Individual truck wala. I just now told you, a person who does not issue consignment note, who is not a GTA and giving transportation service, his services are always exempt. Tell me one thing, in the mine, they wanted a truck along with driver. Am I giving them transportation service or I am giving them renting of motor vehicle along with driver? Will it be exempt or taxable? Taxable. That is what they are telling. If you are giving renting of truck and other vehicle with driver for a period, it's a service of renting of transport vehicle along with operator and GST will come. And it is not what, everyone? Transportation of goods by road, because transportation of goods by road by an individual is exempt. So if supposedly I am running a truck, you told sir please transport my goods from here to here, then it is exempt. I gave my truck only to you along with a driver. I am giving renting of truck along with driver, that is a service which is taxable. Next, people, you know this Andaman and Nicobar Islands which are there, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, supposingly, okay? Oh, what? Correct? No. This side or this side? Right or left? Today go home and sir. Okay. Now, supposingly these islands are there, India ka islands. Okay, everyone listen. Public transport is exempt if you are using the sea, and public transport is exempt, right? Now here you will see ferries are running to go from here to here. People use what, everyone? People use what? Ferry. Now this ferry can be run by government also. This ferry can be run by a private person also. Will GST come? Was the question. So they went in and clarified. Private ferry ticket for transportation of passenger is always exempt. Whether the ferry is owned and operated by public sector undertaking, private sector enterprise, or it is run by the government. Remember, public transportation using sea route is exempt, whether that transportation is done by a private party or it is done by the government. Next, sir, tell me one thing. For an example, contract carriage is there. What is a contract carriage, everyone? One supposingly Tata Sumo is there. It's a contract carriage. Now, I am a company. I told one Tata Sumo wala, give your contract carriage to us on hire only. We will transport our employees from office to home, home to office. Okay, everyone? I gave my contract carriers to them. Am I doing public transportation or I have given it to them on hire? Is it taxable or exempt? That's all is the clarification. Hiring of a non-AC contract carriage by a firm for transportation of employees is always taxable because it is hiring of contract carriage. But tell me one thing, if I am running a contract carriage for public transportation, non-AC, taxable or exempt? Exempt. AC, if I give it on hire, taxable. Are we all clear? Non-AC exempt, AC taxable, giving it on hire, charter, tourism ke liye, louder, taxable. Done. Now we have one or two small thing, everyone over here. Now, you know what? There are some regions which are not connected properly. So government wants those region mein connectivity to be promoted. So government told airline companies to go to those regions. Okay, everyone? And hence, government told, airline companies told, we are having a loss by going to those areas. We don't want to go. Government told, we will give you money if you go to those areas. Don't you think airline companies, by going to those areas, flying to those areas, don't you think airline companies giving services to the government by doing regional connectivity? And government is giving them what? Funding. Remember one thing, when airline companies are giving what? Transportation services to the government, and government is giving what? viability. They are telling it is not viable. We are having loss. Government told we will give you money. So it is known as what, everyone? Viability gap funding. That amount, when it is paid by the government for the first 3 years of the operation, it will be exempt. Next, everyone over here, you know, you will see on the truck it is written national permit. Yes or no? Now, when you take national permit, when the truck takes national permit, always remember, granting of national permit to goods carriage, Baba, not to passenger carriage, taxable. Granting of permit for goods carriage to operate throughout India or contiguous state. What is contiguous states, everyone? For an example, this is Assam. Assam shares its border with many other states. Now, all these other states which are surrounding Assam, no, these are known as, which share the common border, are known as contiguous states. So, if one permit is given, state government gives you the permit and charges you a fees. So, when goods carriage go, this national permit is given to operate throughout India or to operate in the neighboring state, government will not go ahead and charge any GST on the amount. But if it is not goods carriage, passenger carriage, then taxable. Remember this point. Now, last one over here is services associated with transit cargo to Nepal and Bhutan. What is this services associated with Nepal and Bhutan? Everyone listen. We have a big baseline over here. This is Nepal. Does Nepal have sea route? No. Supposingly one Nepal ka person wants to import some goods from outside India, the goods will come to India. Okay, everyone. Now this Nepal ka person wants these goods to India, goods to Nepal. So what will happen? These goods will be put in a truck and it will be transported to the Indo-Nepal border. For this transit, this cargo is known as what cargo, everyone? Transit cargo, which is going through India. Are we clear? And for this, lot of services are provided. Are we clear, everyone? They will put it in a truck, send it. So amounts will be charged. Now this Nepal ka person, if any GST is charged to him, will he get any input tax credit? No. And hence government went ahead and told any services which are associated to the transit cargo which is going to Nepal or Bhutan, there will be no GST. Are we clear with this point, everyone? The only amendment in this chart was which one? Here, satellite launch services wala point. Satellite launch services given by anyone will be exempt. Very, very important chart. 2 to 3 mark, one small point can be asked. Right, everyone? I'll close my revision on the chart of transportation services. Done. Chalo Baba, have a great evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll complete exemption. People, tomorrow we'll complete exemption and value of supply. Okay? Today what are you going to do? Registration, question, answer. Exemption, I have done 3 charts, right? You have to do questions today only. People watching at home, you have to do questions from registration. You have to do question from exemption. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys. Take care. People watching at home, bye, bye, bye. Bye everyone. Bye. Take care. Bye, bye. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye guys.